participating in the debate, and we'll go in order. Announce your what you represent, and we'll go from there. I think, brother. Let me refresh. All right, brother Cujo, it's on you, brother. What shout out your temple, or shout out your organization, and we'll go to the next speaker.
Peace. This is Cujo L for the Moorish Temple of America, Moorish Divine National Movement, and the Moorish Nation. Peace.
Peace. All right, let's get it. It's on you, brother Darvin.
Hey, peace. I'm Darvin Osiris. Represent the American Indians, you feel me? Academic Nation, Politan Nation, things like that.
Okay, let's get it. Brother BR Bay, are you participating in the debate, or are you just listening? Brother B, are you there? What about you, Almighty? Okay. We got Zara. Is that how you say your name, Quinn? Zara Bay. If this is your first time on Clubhouse, you got to press the little microphone icon at the bottom screen.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah. First, please don't call me Queen. Thank you. I am Sister Zara Bay. I am Assistant Grand Sheik of Moorish Temple number 20, Moorish Temple of America number 27 Soul Temple, founder and managing editor of Khalifa Media, that's khalifamedia.com, and founder of and secretary treasurer of Mercy Charities, a Moorish run charity, Islam.
Peace. Clarify for the people. A lot of people may wonder, well, why she don't like being called Queen? Can you explain that to the people?
Yeah, I go off of definitions. I put books together, so I got to be careful with the words I use. And I'm a Gemini, so yeah, I put words for my baby. And I looked it up. Queen means the whore of the king, which is why you can be a female king. You would not want to be the queen. Peace.
Much love. All right, we got Paige Bay. Talk to us.
Islam, peace and love. Grand Sheik Paige Bay, Moorish Temple of America, number 27, Soul Temple. Peace and love.
Peace and love, brother. Peace and love. And then we got brother Hassan Bay. Talk to us.
Peace and greetings, Islam. I'm brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. Just brother Hassan, and I'm just here to just share and correct. I'm not necessarily here to debate, because debate etymologically means beat down. So I'm not here to do that, only to correct those that should know the proper things to actually do, and just to instruct the ignorant that don't know. And that's really just all I'm here to do, just to sincerely share some real information. And that's about it. I don't need anybody to believe anything I say when I say it. I'll just give references. People can go and research it themselves. And I instruct people to try to prove it wrong first. And then when they prove it right, to teach their loved ones. And I yield.
All right, much love, brother. All right, let's get it, y'all. So, let me see who we got. Let me make sure everybody's here. All right, I'm going to play one more song, and then we're going to get into it. I'm going to start off. Usually when I do debates, I just moderate. But I had to make a special appearance in this one just because I have a lot of experiences. And I've done some amazing things in the legal world. And so it's a lot of information floating around in the public. And a lot of people don't know what to do. A lot of people are confused. And it's a lot of misinformation being spread. It's a lot of people not getting the remedy. We got to unpack this, and we got to figure out how should our people be moving out here. And I'm going to demonstrate why moving as a private citizen is more beneficial to our people than Moorish American. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to play one more song, and then it's showtime. Now we going in. So bear with us. Make sure you ping a friend. You send a link to everybody. And make sure you get your pen and your paper ready, because it's, ain't no mercy will be shown tonight. All right, much love. Let's get it.
So yeah, this is that a brother on Instagram had messaged one of the other Moors, and they messaged the other Moors. They had messaged the other Moors about being on this debate, as they call it, you know. So as far as we go, you know, Moors, we don't hold out on anything. We're there for whatever they're down with. So sent the link out to a couple Moors, and you know, they were game to be on here just so we could see what's going on, see what they're up to. So it should be interesting, because you know, everybody has their say, everybody has their way they think stuff's supposed to go or whatever, and you already know where Moors are at. This is about our nationality, our birthrights. This is about having right mind, you know, using the right language, so you don't get caught up, you know, with this colonial power that's been violating everybody's rights. So we'll see where it goes. You know, the host guy has some websites out there from his Instagram page that, you know, we don't know what these people are on. We know that it's more toward themselves than toward uplifting some people. You know, we talk about all the time. Everybody wants to be the man and not give honors to the man himself, Noble Drew Ali. So we give supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We give honors to all the Moors worldwide, the faithful Moors who stuck to the program. Honors to you. Honors to the Moors who are defending the Prophet, defending the movement, defending our nation. Honors to the Moors that are standing up for what's right and not allowing the birthright to be disrespected or taken as a joke, you know, a joke and unreal, because we're probably the realists. We're probably the realists that, I mean, what other school of thought is there? You know, we know that there's nothing to debate. We know there's nothing to debate because this is where it's at. Knowing the truth about our nationality and our birthrights. This is where it's at. You know, the truth about our nationality and birthrights. And as we know, you know, a lot of people get this far and then they fold or they yield the floor, which is absolutely crazy that they can get to this and give it up. So let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna kick it off. So this is how we're gonna have a lot of we're gonna have it's gonna be respectful, and the way I run my rooms is like I like a difference of opinion. I don't like echo chambers. We can agree to disagree respectfully. If somebody is speaking, allow them to speak. Land their plane. Don't cut them off. If you challenge their position, allow them to respond before moving to the next person. So I'm gonna kick it off. And so we'll have a perspective from one side and a perspective from another side, just to keep it fair. And so we have a few new speakers on the stage. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves real quick. I'm gonna get this link pinned at the top, and I'm gonna demonstrate it without a shadow of a doubt and show why it's more beneficial for our people to move as a private citizen and not that of a Moorish American. So to the new speakers, introduce yourself. Let's go in order. So let me refresh my screen. Let me see here. Prince L, talk to us. Let us know who where you from, the temple that you represent, and just give us a brief, overview of your of who you are for the people. Let's get it, y'all. You gotta for the new people on Clubhouse, you gotta press the microphone button at the bottom right hand corner. If you're not aware.
Islam, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Islam, I'm Prince Mikhail L. I am a Moorish American, by blood and by birth, right? I'm here to basically just clear some things up. There's a lot of misunderstandings of what a Moorish American is. So, and how it actually functions and stuff like that. A lot of people don't operate as Moors properly within the law. A lot of us are going based off what we think and what we believe and not what we know. With that, I yield.
Much love to you, brother.
Islam.
All right, we got brother peace. Yeah, we got brother Jesus the GOAT. TJ Bay, talk to us, brother.
Yeah, I'm Jesus the GOAT, TJ Bay, domicile Jacksonville, Florida. I consider myself Lucine American, aka also Moor. I just want to clear up a lot of things, a lot of the misnomer about the Moorish American. I'm here to learn, as everybody else.
Much love to you, brother. Shouts out to brother Melvin. Talk to us, Melvin. You got to press the microphone button at the bottom.
Peace to the gods.
Peace and blessings to you, brother. Talk to us. Where you from? What temple you represent?
Ohio, temple number 18.
Much love, brother. All right, we got Jakeem and we got Amazite Day.
Peace, family. My name is actually Jahi, and my stance is, I ain't really with the whole Moorish American thing. I ain't really with the whole private citizen thing either. My stance is more indigenous nationality or whatever. But yeah, that's my stance, and we can get into it later.
All right, thank you for joining, brother. And then brother Amazite Bay, talk to us.
Peace. This is Amazite Ramonda's Bay.
You breaking up on us, brother?
Coming. All right, let me switch mics right quick.
I can hear you now. Talk to us.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay, this is Amazite Ramonda's Bay. Still can hear me?
You breaking up just a little bit.
What about now? I might have to switch mic.
It's your reception. I think that's better. Talk now.
What about now?
It's still messing up.
What about now?
Yeah, that sound better.
What about now?
Yeah, that sound better.
Okay, this Amazite Ramonda's Bay. I'm clear now?
Your reception breaking up. You see a red bar?
You still can hear me or no?
We can hear you, but you breaking up. It's your internet.
Yeah, let me fix that. Yeah, let me fix that.
Yeah, it's your internet.
Hey, I got some. Hey, we gotta bring this to the table, man.
Hold on, brother Ill. Hold on, brother Ill. Are you participating in the debate?
Oh yeah, I'm here to represent for the Moorish Americans.
All right, so all right, cool. So what temple you represent, or organization?
And I done served under so many grand chiefs. I'm gonna give you a list. I'm Jelani Bay. I served under Sheep Portazelle. I served under who else? Out of Chicago. Man, what's the brother name? not Cujo, but King U L out of Chicago. So yeah, I went through several different temples. So,
all right, much love to you, brother. All right, let me post this link, y'all.
Peace. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect, brother. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. I'm Emissary Ramondis Bay. I represent the Moorish Divine National Movement, also the 720 Moors and Royal Gang. I'm here for a holistic approach to everything.
You in the Matrix, brother. You in the Matrix.
From one angle.
Yeah, you in the Matrix.
As a nation.
Can you hear me?
Holistic.
You in the Matrix, my brother.
Peace.
Yeah, you in the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm traveling right now.
Okay.
I'm about to pull over though. You can go ahead, but I don't know if you heard what I said though. What about now?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, wherever you at is perfect. We can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, like I said, I'm Emissary Ramondis Bay, and I'm here from a holistic approach. I am a Moor, but I'm coming from a holistic approach, not just one angle. Peace.
Perfect. My brother. So I have a I'm gonna kick this off. I'm gonna post this PDF.
Islam.
Peace, brother. Who we
This
got?
is Brother Is Bay.
Talk to us.
Islam. This brother Is Bay. Coming from the Moorish American Divine and National Movement. Also representing Canaanland Moors, Temple number 5, as well as MRCI Charities, Mercy Charities. Look it up on Instagram. It's Moorish American Charity Fund to help uplift and fallen man. Peace.
Much love to you, brother. Let me ask the room this: is there a way I can, because I got the link at the top, but I want to post a document without people having to sign into Gmail. What's the best site where I can post so somebody can see a document in real time when I post the link at the top? Does anybody have any good recommendations?
Dropbox.
You said Dropbox?
Yes.
All right, I got Dropbox. Yeah, for some reason they want you to sign in. I want the people to be able to see this. This is a very powerful. This right here is one I could just teach with just this document to demonstrate why it's not beneficial during this time to be classified as a Moorish American or to even move like that, and why you always want to reserve your right to privacy. It's nobody's business with your with how you're moving in the public. So,
pardon self, Brother Omar. Pardon self. Before you start, I also wanted to respectfully ask for the people who don't claim to be Moors to not have anything to do with this conversation, since it's a Moorish versus private citizens, and whoever else that's from whatever school of thought, they can set up their own day to give their piece. I yield the floor.
Well, I requested that brothers like Darvid participate, just to bring that indigenous American perspective. So he's making a special appearance. Yes, it's specifically for private citizens and Moorish Americans, but I definitely want to have a segment where, because the thing is, there are many ways to move in this matrix, and the key, through wisdom, we understand that it's about choosing the path of least resistance. You can do what you want to do, but you want to make sure that anything that you do, it is allowing you to move in the most harmonious way. So it's about being strategic, and it's about knowing how to, when you look at the actual movie called The Matrix, when they went into the Matrix, into the artificial world, they were able to blend in and move and get the job done, and then go back to the real world. They understood that those things in the artificial world didn't mean anything. And so it's about what is going to allow you to move without the least amount of. It's about choosing a path that it's not going to be that resistant. It's foolish to move in a manner that's going to put your life or your affairs at risk. So let me get this document uploaded. And
and if you want, you could read the document if you want. I don't know if anybody.
No. We got to show ourselves approved. We got to show. Like I'm gonna show court documents. I'm gonna show me personally, like some of my court documents, the case number. We can see it in real time. How I've been able to move. Like I was whooping ass in this matrix just with a regular old driver, just as a regular citizen. You know, and so once I incorporated other things into my state, and I had some other strategies, and I understood the power of privacy, I move as a private citizen. So when I'm dealing with public officials, I reserve my right to privacy, and I'm gonna demonstrate why. Because see, a lot of our brothers, when I had this, some Moors, when I talk about private citizens, some Moors understand and they move as private citizens, and then we always have a discussion like, well, you do know you didn't have to necessarily put anything on the record, or it's none of their business if you identify or if you're moving as a Moor. The power is being private. You know, if you have, you know, it's like it's the difference between a 501c3 and a 508. You know, it's the difference between private school and public school. It's the difference between a public plane and a private plane. It's a difference, you know, when you understand privacy, private property, and public property. And so there's a certain system in place. There's a certain contract called the Constitution that allows the right to privacy. I'm going to show you federal documents, court cases, where these devils, they move as private citizens when they need to be. I'm going to show you the power of privacy, the true power. And so a lot of Moors get hung up on the word citizen. And I understand how it's looked upon, and you're a slave to a municipality, to a particular jurisdiction. But that's why the word private is the secret sauce. And so once you understand privacy, everything else goes out the window. And so if you're a Christian, you have the right to move as a Christian in your privacy. If you're a Muslim, you have the right to move as a Muslim in your privacy. It's nobody's business with how you're moving. But when you're out in the open and you're saying, I'm a Moorish American, I'm going to prove the dangers of doing that. I'm going to show you why it's not beneficial for our people. I'm going to demonstrate why the American passport is more beneficial, more powerful than a Moorish document, a Moorish travel ID, Moorish passport. We're going to really unpack this and edify the people. And we may not, at the end of the day, we may not agree on everything, but I think it's going to be respect shown to why, you know, we must incorporate many things into our repertoire. I'll mute you, brother BR. You got your mic set.
May I ask a question? Not to cut your wisdom. May I ask a question?
Go ahead, brother.
I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. You said the American passport is a great choice.
Yeah, the United States of America passport is more powerful than any Moorish travel document.
So then, just one moment. I just want to make sure so we're clear that the only people that can receive a passport is someone who is a federal agent under 22 United States Code 212. So I'm not knocking it unless the people are aware that when they use that particular document, they are accepting the fact that they are a federal agent. They're not actually private as they think they are, but it will probably behoove them to actually go and check the statutes at large under which the authority is derived from for the United States codes and the codes of federal regulations for each agency that actually makes their rules governing said documents. If you want to right now, anyone here, and again, as I said in the introduction, please believe nothing I say. You cannot like my voice or anything. Just take the information, 22 United States Code 212, and it's maybe about 2 lines. And what does it say? Don't listen to me. Somebody else read it. Maybe you, Brother Omar, can actually read what 22 United States Code 212 is. Just for the record.
And for the record, I'm going to show you, and I'm glad you brought that up, by the way, because it's a lot of things like that. But the issue is, it's about showing down self-approved. If I'm stuck in China, and I got a U.S. passport, and a Moorish American passport, or Moorish American card, I know how to invoke certain things and tap into a power that other document can't. So all of that stuff. So you have to understand, brother, that the people empower the public officials. And once you understand through strategy how to invoke certain benefits that come from the people that's given to the public administrators, you understand why I still stand by that. You can show me that all day, but at the end of the day, it has to show a benefit. So that's the key. If you say, hey, it's better to do this, then I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to say, well, why should I do that? What's more beneficial? You got to prove to me, not just using codes. You're going to have to prove to me why that document, why this status, why is it better? Because I can prove I can demonstrate that successfully. All the talk and all the fantasy goes out the window when it talks about if you in jail, can you get out faster doing this or doing that? When you're going after somebody, can you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish by doing this or doing that? Because when you're dealing with commerce, when you are operating in the public, it's about what's effective. You get pulled over by the police, is it going to be more beneficial for our brother and sister to show that passport or the Moorish ID?
May I ask
so we're gonna get. Let me unpack this though. Matter of fact, while I get this document prepared, this is like this just the fluff hour right here because I'm about to cook. So when I get this document loaded, I'm going in. So yeah, we can just pass the mic around and everybody can share their perspective.
And when you see federal age in that, Hassan, I don't see federal age.
So what does it actually say?
Yeah, what it says is no passport should be granted or issued to or verified for any other persons than those owing allegiance, whether citizens or not, to the United States.
Okay, so now I'm going to give you the connection. Go from there now to 20 CFR 422.104. That's the next one. I'm just going to give you a list and you'll see the connection on your own. I'd rather people see it for themselves than for me try to convince them.
No. So I asked you about the federal agent thing, brother. It doesn't say that. And what you was referring to doesn't say that you're a federal agent based on those codes. That's all I'm saying.
So let me give you perspective then. The perspective is the only way one can utilize the United States codes in their favor is if they are a 5 USC employee. So the only way you can use any of these documents, whether they are passports or driver's licenses, you must know that you're taking an oath and allegiance to be one who owes a debt to the United States. I'm not saying don't use those documents. What I'm saying is,
where's that at? Everything you say, everything you claim, all of these, listen, you said something.
You have to say anything about me.
Wait, my brother. Okay, listen. You said something about a federal agent, right?
Correct.
Then you told people where to look at. I looked there. There was nothing about being a federal agent there. Now you're saying anyone who's, all of the anyone who's that you name, I need you to show proof of those anyone who's, okay? We're not just...
Guys, how many of you are...
Let me assist you.
Oh, no. Let them brothers reason it out. That's how we do it. Let them go back and forth. Go ahead.
Because I do this every day, actually. I assist people in comprehending. I gave you a code so that you could see the bareness of what the document that was quoted was actually for. However, in order to really fully comprehend any statute or code on either federal, state, or municipal level, you can always find what it actually deals with in part 1. Since that's Title 22, maybe you can go back to the beginning of Title 22 United States codes and then find out what the definitions are.
Hassan, I got a question for you.
Yes?
What holds more weight? A statute or an amendment within the Constitution?
What actually holds weight is this is what it is. Neither holds weight unless you're talking about what actual event or action is taking place under whatever document is being agreed to be used. That's where you're getting into contract, first of all. And second of all, what we're looking at is the differences between what is actually legislated from either Congress, which you're dealing with the United States Code, or if you're dealing with privacy, where they've actually usurped the Constitution through the Uniform Law Commission established in 1897. So when you actually go and check the history first, that's what I'm big on. Before I get into doing anything, pardon me, I yield. Okay, I'll continue just briefly because I will not pontificate. I just want to make sure, again, believe nothing I say. Get upset. I'm going to give you, though, the documents to read. When you read any statute, code, or policy, they all have scopes, applicabilities, and definitions. And when you go check the scopes, applicabilities, and definitions, if you think you're a 5 USC 552A individual, which you cannot be, you would have to then look to 5 United States Code 4724 and see that in order to be a U.S. citizen, you're saying you're a U.S. business, which makes you one who owes an allegiance to the United States. If you don't have an application on the record, an oath of office on the record, or an autographed certified statement according to 26 United States Code 7701 H2C1, then you're actually operating in fraud, and there is no private citizen debate of any kind, because you're beating your own self down by lack of knowledge of what you're actually using. That's not me coming at anybody. That's me lovingly, because Moorish Americans have a principle, and the first one out of all 5 is love. After love inherently is truth. Granted, those of you that are not Moorish American, you can take it as if I'm on some bullshit. That's great, no problem. What I am saying is, though, it is love for someone to go, are you sure that's what you want to claim? Have you checked the definitions? And when people go, well, yo, it don't say that there, I just know that when I use this be the outcome. It's okay. Somebody that actually knows what I actually teach every day will sue you appropriately in the proper venue and can point out the definitions and ask for the lawfully promulgated record for you to put out there to show that you actually know what you're doing. As soon as you can't provide that, you will go to jail.
Hey, so slow down a little bit, brother, because you're talking fast. Hold on. Mute up. So, hold on. What is this coming from? You got mad happening. All right, cool. So here's the problem, brother. I got a friend of mine. He's gonna play a clip to demonstrate why what you said is it sounds good, but it's not good. There was I don't know if you're aware that we have 9 Supreme Court justices that serve in the highest court in the United States of America. It's called the Supreme Court of the United States of America. And they have debates all the time between federal agents. And once you hear the debate between them, like the justices are basically, it was something involving the United States government. And one of the justices made a joke about the statutes. He said, yeah, and I'm just paraphrasing. He said, yeah, we understand you got your little codes or whatever, but it has nothing to do with the Constitution. So I asked you that just to see what would be your response. I asked you specifically, I said, what has more weight, the statutes or the Constitution? Because there's a difference between something that's lawful and legal. And so, like, when you deal with statutes, you deal with privileges. You deal with, like, a driver's license. You have, statutes. Hey, you have to obey this particular statute. Now, if it goes against the Constitution, guess what? The Constitution every time is going to triumph any statute. Because the Constitution is the original contract. It's what connects the United States. It makes the United States what it is. So that's why the Supreme Court is the highest court. That's why when you have federal court, like in Georgia, we have the Northern District. And from the Northern District, if I'm not getting the remedy that I'm seeking, and I don't agree with the judicial officer, I can appeal it, go to the appellate court. From the appellate court, guess what? It's going to the Supreme Court. It's going to the Supreme Court for a reason. So no, brother, you're wrong. Statutes don't have more power than the amendments in the Constitution. And so everybody who has a passport, because the problem is that you have a lot of rogue. And I say rogue because I know they don't represent the whole community. You have a lot of rogue Moorish brothers telling people to get rid of their passport and pay $200 to get a Moorish document
Pardon the interjection.
It's the problem.
Is that me that's done that?
Pardon the
That's why I
interjection.
say rogue Moors.
No.
Say you, brother.
Pardon the interjection. Because you keep mentioning United States as if they're not rogue. United States is rogue too. So if you're telling me that you're talking about constitutions, but you're not talking about the Constitution for the United States of America Republic, which is 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights, not the stuff that you have today, you're not dealing with the Constitution. And majority.
Yeah, but that's, excuse me, brother. Brother, just to jump in with my Prince L, I'm Moorish American too. But what Omar is saying, bro, is 100% correct when you're talking about the Constitution. Now, there's 2 different constitutions. You're right, brother. When you're talking about the different constitution, the Republic Constitution and the Democratic Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and then you have the United States Constitution for the North American continent, right? So for the actual continent, American Constitution, right, for the United States of America, and then you have the United States Constitution, then you have your states' constitutions. Okay, what the brother Omar is talking about is the American Constitution, the American Constitution for the United States of America. Okay, so when he's talking about that Constitution supersedes any other that supersedes anything else. Everything else is predicated based off of that. Okay, so even when it comes to dealing with state IDs and all that, look, I got a driver's license, and I'm telling you right now that when I get pulled over, if I get pulled over by an officer, they don't come at me the same way they would somebody else with a driver's license, because there's a proper way of filling out that application too. We have to understand that all the information is applied. We apply the information to these documents that give the people the authority to do what it is that they're doing. They can only do what it is based off the information that we give them. They don't know nothing until you say something. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what we're not understanding. We don't understand how to properly fill out these applications. We don't know how to properly apply the correct information to these people documents. We have to understand that application is asking you questions. Okay, whenever you're...
And it's a real beautiful alley-oop to the beginning of the debate. I'm going to cook for a little bit. I'm going to set the tone for my position. And then I definitely want to smoke. Hold on, brother, because I got the document uploaded. So that was a beautiful alley-oop. That's why they say what you say will be used against you in a court of law. And so when you start saying, hey, I'm a Moorish American, I'm about to demonstrate why this is dangerous.
Yeah, but you can't though, because you're not Moorish American, right? No, but you're not Moorish American.
I'm gonna let you respond. Hold on, brother. I'm gonna let you respond. And it's gonna be one at a time. So whoever feels that they have the most knowledge that wants to speak on behalf of the Moorish American community, make sure you guys are organized.
No, it's not about that.
On our side.
Hold on a second.
Just hear me up, bro. You gotta have some decorum, brother.
No, I get you. I'm just saying this. Could we put a limit?
Because I'm gonna let you cook.
No, I'm just asking this. Could we have a time limit on the talking time? Because we want to get to the point.
With the time limit.
Oh no, whatever. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or something. You know, just so that people aren't dragging on.
Right.
You know, get to your point and get off the mic.
For 20 minutes, it's short and simple.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, the problem is, you got to show that self-approval. You know how many times I've been locked up? You know how many cases I done beat? You know how many checks I done got cut? I know how to move out here. You know, I know how to, like, when I get pulled over, and when I show my passport, and they see my DOT number on the plate, and they run that number, I don't have issues. Now, some brothers try that, and because they miss a step, they get locked up. Or they say, I'm traveling. I don't do none of that no more. I used to do all that. Hey, I'm traveling. I'm this. You don't got to do none of that. They're going by what they see in their computer.
Continue what you're going to do in your presentation to show why it's much better to be a federal agent than I yield. I'm listening.
Yeah, it sounds good, brother.
Hey, Islam, I'm going to say one thing, Omar. Hey, brother, just to all the Moors, man, we ain't got to be disrespectful on here. We ain't got to do that. The brother over here trying to have a peaceful debate, he's being respectful, man. So we don't need to get on here with our smart comments and stuff like that, man. Let's be respectful. Let's take an opportunity to try to talk to each other and get some resolve here, man, and some understanding. We ain't They gotta come over with smart mouth attitudes and all that. And when people make comments, that goes to show, bro, that you ain't really educated as much as you think you are, because you take your point of view and act like your point of view matters more than anything. No, bro, everybody has an understanding for what you believe it is.
That's all. Let's listen to why being a federal agent.
Can we get back to it, please?
Bro, that's not what it is.
Let's get to the edification, y'all. It's about, like I said, at the end of the day.
If we gonna be disrespectful,
no, we're not. You said statutes don't matter, and that passport is under 22 United States Code 212. But yet, I don't see that in the Constitution. So let me hear the hypocrisy, bro. Yield. Let's hear the hypocrisy, bro. Yield. I yield.
Yeah. See the problem. See this the problem. Thank you, good brother. See this the problem. When these agents are taking an oath, they ain't taking an oath with no federal statute. This brother don't know what he's talking about. You know how many? When you look at their oath of office, they use words like God, and I swear to protect the Constitution of Georgia and the United States of America. They ain't got nothing. You don't see no federal statutes on their paper. So you know how many documents I can show, certified documents of the governor of my state, the secretary of my state, and so as above, so below as above. Every public official, depending on their capacity and how they serve the public, we the people, they have to protect the Constitution, not no statutes, brother. And so, you know, and because they have to protect the Constitution, when you are moving out here, you can invoke certain things, demand certain things based on that contract. This is why anybody listening, because at the end of the day, it ain't about me. I've gotten my remedy. I know how to move out here. This is about those who will say, should I be a Moorish American? Should I be sovereign? Should I just move solely under the ministry? Should I be, our people are confused. They don't know what to do. And so anybody listening, if you have a passport, grab your passport right now. Look at the first page in the passport. And on the first page, it says the Secretary of State of the United States of America. And by the way, for the record, he's a sworn officer. So his job is to protect the Constitution, not statutes. But anyway, it says the Secretary of State of the United States of America hereby requests all whom it may concern to permit the citizen/national of the United States named herein to pass without delay or hindrance, and in case of need to give all lawful aid and protection. And so this is why, anyone that's telling somebody to use a Moorish travel document instead of the passport is doing a disservice to his people. So, but anyway, let me get into my portion of the debate. I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm gonna give little bits and pieces, and then and if you want to push back, you can push back. So everybody, click the link at the top. This is good right here. I'm gonna show you the first reason why our people shouldn't be calling themselves Moorish Americans. This is the first reason. Let me know when everybody has it pulled up. About to unpack this. About to show you what these devils are doing. Like how our brother be saying, you don't want to call yourself Negro, colored, black, and da-da-da-da-da. I hear it all the time. But it's like Moorish Americans in the same boat now. I'm about to demonstrate this.
Well, just to keep in mind that when you go to this document that you put in the link that you put up, just keep in mind that Moors have been teaching for years that Moors can't be sovereign citizens because sovereign citizens are oxymoron.
I know that, brother. I know that. You did it smart. That's what I'm saying. Don't. I'm not gonna do that when it's y'all time to cook. I'm not gonna try to
Yeah, let's
show you how to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you don't know what I got up my sleeve. You don't know how I'm coming. You don't know how I'm moving.
We're here. We're even live on YouTube. Please live for us. We're ready.
All right. So what I have right now, for those, shout out to YouTube, I have a document. It comes from a government agency called the Regional Organized Crime Information Center. It's a special research report.
That's not a government agency, by the way.
Hold on, brother, because it's connected to the Department of Justice. What I'm saying is, I know this. I don't know if you've been in a debate before, but let me cook. All right, let me do my thing, and then once I'm finished, then you can rebut.
Yeah, go ahead,
my good brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So before I unpack this document, let's first look up what is the Regional Organized Crime Information Center. Everybody go to any search engine, whether you prefer Yahoo, Google, Bing, type in the word Regional Organized Crime Information Center. And then I pray that I inspire some of my Moorish brothers to start moving differently, knowing how these devils are moving out here. So, I'm not saying I agree with the document. I'm just showing you what a lot of people don't even know this exists. And it's beautiful because I'm an intuitive teacher. I allow the Holy Spirit, the Most High, to guide me, to ordain my steps, and things come to me. And this is why I've been very successful on my journey. I don't follow man, I follow God, the supreme creator of all creation. So I had a feeling that law enforcement have, because I noticed, like, when I started to tap in and I started to, walk this path, when I started to move a certain way, law enforcement would say, "Oh, you're a sovereign citizen." I said, "No, I'm not no sovereign citizen. You can't be sovereign and a citizen. That's oxymoronic." So when I started to hear that a lot, and I had to correct him, I had to do it. I've done it to a judge before. I had to check a judge, like, don't call me that. And that's the worst thing. Don't ever allow somebody to call you that, a sovereign citizen, because they're really calling you a terrorist. So I said, I got a feeling that these beings are having like secret meetings, and they're basically targeting people who use a certain language. If you got your thumbprint on your documents and you do your documents like this, or if you label yourself like this, they got something going on. So, by the grace of God, a brother shared some information with me, and I came across this document, and I said, wow, there it is. And as you unpack this document, you will see how they've connected the Moorish Science Temple, the Moorish Nation, Moorish Americans, to terrorist organizations, right? But before we unpack it, because when you go through this document, it's going to blow you away. Like, they really just, we're dealing with devils. So you have to be very methodical and strategic with how you're moving. So it's very unwise to say, hey, I'm a Moorish American. None of their business on how you moving out here. And that's why at the end of the day, you're going to respect why privacy is more superior than anything else. So anyway, let me get into it. So let's first look up so that way the people can see. This ain't just some document somebody just typed up. It's just some research that's been done by police, law enforcement, the whole nine. This is a serious document, and it was classified for a long time. So we understand the power of FOIA when you do a Freedom of Information Act. And so some things had to be revealed to the public. So this is one of those documents. So for a long time, a lot of people didn't know that this exists, but now we do. We know what they look for when you're pulled over and you start saying, "Hey, I'm a traveler," and this and that and da 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 da. These puppets, because they don't know, they didn't go to law school. They're just agents. They're trained to look for certain things. They're trained that, okay, if you give me this Moorish ID, if you give me this, I got to handle you a certain way. That's why you see videos, brothers getting snatched out the whip, violated, right? Because these puppets have been trained a certain way. And when our people go through things, they're not getting a remedy because of how they're identified in their system. It's like you're trying to go to Massa to get remedy in Massa's system instead of taking your power back and understand that Massa has an obligation to the people. And then once you move as the people and unite with the people by way of the Constitution, there's a way that you're able to move out here and get the proper remedy without having to go through all these hoops. So type in Regional Organized Crime Information Center. Once you type that in, you'll see a bunch of sites. You should also see the Bureau of Justice Assistance, which is a subsidiary of the U.S. Department of Justice. So matter of fact, well, I'm going to post this in the chat. Here we go. Yeah, let me do that. So that way I don't have to change the link. Bear with me, my beautiful people. Let me post this in the chat. Where's the chat? Enable chat. Okay, there we go. Can everybody see this document? by the way? Can everybody see the document at the top?
Yes, I see the libel. It's really ready for whoever presented this. It'll be good to sue them because this is a bunch of libel. However, present.
All right. So let's see here.
Just respectfully, man, as Moors, bro, sometimes we can be some of the weirdest people on the planet, I swear. I yield.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, you funny, man. You.
Thank you. I'm glad you find me amusing.
Yeah, because you're making us look bad right now instead of letting the man present what he's trying to present, man. And then we say what we got to say, man. We ain't got to be disrespectful about it, man. And honestly, a lot of the laws...
Disrespectful to who's thinking? According to who's thinking, am I disrespectful?
It's just your whole demeanor, bro.
According to who's thinking?
A question, Brother Hassan. Let me ask you this, Brother Hassan. Let me ask you this. What's your status?
My status, see, I comprehend that question with an adept mindset. My status is free white person. However, if no one else comprehends that, then it doesn't mean the same thing that it means to me to someone else. That's my status.
Have you ever been in federal court before?
I actually deal with federal court on the daily basis. I and my brothers. We just know how to handle federal court without stepping foot in there because we comprehend the history pertaining to being Moorish American because everyone's here at Morocco.
So you don't even go in court at all. Like if you have to sue somebody, you don't go in court.
Why do I have to when I know how to actually stand? I know how to do things.
Are you Asiatic?
Pardon me?
Are you Asiatic?
If you know the adept science, in which only people get in higher degrees of adept chamber, the whole planet is Asia. The Masonic.
Bro, I asked a simple question, simple answer, bro. You don't know how to answer questions, bro?
According to who's thinking?
I'm asking you, are you an Asiatic? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
And I gave my answer according to my free speech. We're talking Constitution, right?
No, you did not.
So how do you want me to answer for your
question? Around and answer, bro.
According to who's thinking? According to
This right here is like this type of stuff right here that he's doing is the reason why Moors are not taken seriously because of this.
According to who's thinking? No, you don't know how to research what I'm saying.
We got my brother. Hold on.
You're incompetent, and you're afraid to admit you're incompetent.
Listen, I've been in and out of the system.
443-376-8764 is my number, bro.
You can yell all the codes you want to yell, bro. Say,
bro, I know more than codes, bro. I guarantee you, if you sat in one session with me, you would apologize.
The way that you're talking, the way that you're spitting.
According to who's thinking.
You have
what you want me to son? Yo, son, that I'm going to talk like this, kid. Word, fam. You like me now? Stop the gay shit, bro. I'm not here for your liking. Flat out.
Hassan, who writes the code? Who writes the code?
The same people that wrote that license and passport.
No, I'm asking you a specific group of people that write it. Who are they?
I said earlier, you're speaking about the ULC, the Uniform Law Commission overall, who has hijacked it along with Congress being bought out by them, bro. So I know what's going on with legislation. Bro, I can actually show the proof.
I can actually show the proof that they don't write it. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm asking you who writes the code. Listen. I'm asking you who writes the code. I'm asking you who writes the code, and you dancing around the question, and then you just said
I'm actually not. I'm dealing with the root of it, which you guys are dealing with.
Listen, the Office of Law Revision Council is who writes the code, which is a group of lawyers.
The Office of Law Revision Council is members of the ULC. They're members of ULC.
My brother.
Bro,
the office.
Y'all crazy.
No, you guys are spoiled.
That's why, I'm gonna unpack that, brother, in a second, because a lot of brothers be talking. It's like you start asking for remedies.
You're gonna have a hard time doing that unpacking, bro. You better check my resume.
That's what I'm saying. I know. I want to see, because what I'm saying is, because brothers be talking. When you start asking, man, you ever got a check? Where you got checks? You got, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not a 12 USC 411 Federal Reserve agent. You're getting checks. You're saying you're a federal agent.
God, bro, just talk, bro.
So if I wanted, hold on. So if I wanted to pay you for a consultation, you take fiat?
You can't pay me anything.
Or donate. So if I wanted to donate to your organization, Is that how would one book of
If
consultation?
you wanted to donate to me, you and I would have to bring up terms and conditions in which we agree. That's called settlement. If I go, bro, send me 50 pairs of socks because it's gonna be cold this winter, then you're gonna send me 50 pairs of socks.
So let me ask you this. So hold on, I got it. Y'all, it's cool. So let me ask you this, brother.
But if I said send me Cash App, then I would say send me Cash App. That's gonna be between you and I.
Right, so you do accept Cash Apps, correct?
If I decide to, but it'll be at
Oh my God! Exactly. Exactly.
Yo, weird means to be in control of one's fate. Weird means to be in control of one's fate.
It's the cold prima facie.
No, flat colored in your mindset. That's probably what it is.
And they be saying ain't no money, but then they'll take that fee out quick, won't they, Lord? Hey, they say
no. The thing is, I don't Lord. I do donation stuff. I give away stuff.
They'll take that fee out quick, man. They say ain't no money, but they'll take that fee out. They'll take that with them white men quick.
Hey, peace. I got a question. I got a question.
Donation.
Hey, I got a question.
Hold on, man. Let me get back into my part of the bill, man. This brother, I don't know if they sent you to derail the room, brother, but
hey, peace. I got a question, brother.
Hold on one second, because we, you know what I'm saying? This ain't.
But what I'm saying, I got a question because I keep hearing more is this and more is that, bro. If you gonna do your thing, just do your thing. But you keep saying Constitution, right? And you say there's 3 constitutions, right?
I'm gonna let you challenge it. Hold on, I'm gonna let you challenge anything.
But you keep saying. I mean, you long with it. You long with it, man. I ain't come here to waste my time, man.
You don't have to waste your time, brother. You know, God bless you.
Agent talk.
Yeah, so here we go. So let's get into it, y'all.
You right here is weird, man.
That's all.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Why I gotta be all that? Why I gotta be all that? I mean, I just want to know one question. In the Constitution, you were talking to you,
brother. He wasn't talking to you, good brother.
Yeah, but no, I'm asking you. The Constitution y'all was talking about earlier. Do all of them have the supremacy clause? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. Do all of them have the supremacy clause?
That's not the reason why they was brought up, man. The problem with us,
I'm asking you one question, brother. Does it have the supremacy clause, Article 6? Yes or no? That y'all talking about?
Yeah, the original Constitution does have it.
The Constitution that y'all talking about, does it have the supremacy clause? Does it have the same Article 6? I need to know. Yes or no? I need to know if I'm wasting my time or not.
The American Constitution for the United States of America does have it. Listen, man,
Does the other one have it? Yes or no?
I don't care about the other ones. I was just answering what the brother was saying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we over here going way too deep into thinking, and we're overthinking.
I just want to know. You brought up 3 constitutions. Do all of them have Article 6? Yes or no? Because if you talking about constitutional law,
get him, I was like,
I need to know.
Get him. Get him, I was like,
okay.
Get him.
I yield the floor. You can't answer that.
Which constitution y'all talking about, bro? That's why I'm trying to figure out what this dude is talking about.
Weird means to be controlling one's fate.
What I'm saying is y'all brought up 3 constitutions.
3
That's why I'm
constitutions.
asking. You said one for the democracy, one for the republic, and something else. I'm just trying to see if all of them, which y'all talking about, have Article 6.
He's an
idiot.
idiot.
So I can know if I'm wasting my time.
He's an idiot. He doesn't know. Period.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's get back into the bill. That's what I'm saying. If y'all are teachers and y'all claim to be teachers, the thing is you don't care about the people. Because the people, everybody in here don't know how to move. So don't forget it's about the people. You know what I'm saying? Because you're pontificating right now. You know what that means? It means that you don't value the opinions of others. Because you may, like, in order to be a good teacher, my brother, you got to be a good student. You know, in order to exhale, you got to inhale. So you do a lot of talking, and then I'm pretty sure if I start to look at your resume, it's like you really, I ain't gonna even do you like that. No, I ain't gonna do you like that. Let me just get back into my bill, and then I'm gonna pass it to the other side, the opposing side. And at the end of the day, the people that are listening, you have to determine how you should move out here. Do you just want to just be a regular old citizen, got your driver's license? Cool. You know, you got people who do very well for themselves just as a regular old citizen. If you're moving into private and you understand privacy, there's benefit in doing that. If you want to be a Moorish American, hey, you may want to do that. But what I'm going to show you is that you may want to rethink calling yourself a Moorish American, putting it on the record, especially if you put it on the record. And I'm going to show you why. Because if you're in their system that they are in charge of, that we, the people, gave them the power to be in charge of, you're going to be handled a certain type of way. That's why they quit to call you a sovereign citizen. Because if you acknowledge that, if you don't say anything, if you don't rebut that, they can handle you a certain way. And so Moorish American has been another term that's been used to associate people to the sovereign citizen movement. So let me get back into it. So I'm gonna post a link at the bottom. You see the document at the top. Mute up for me, good brother, Hassan. Mars, help me out with the moderation. So I am. So you see the document at the top. Check out this link at the bottom. It's a government organization that's a part of the Department of Justice. So when you look up, I want to make sure give everybody time to click on this link. It'll teach you what is this organization, what are they responsible for. It's called the Regional Organized Crime Information Center. This organization, this entity, was created let's read it. It says, the Regional Information Sharing System program offers a variety of services and support to law enforcement agencies, including secure information sharing and communication system for regional information sharing between federal, state, tribal, and local law enforcement agencies. Critical, analytical, and investigative support services and event deconfliction to enhance officer safety. RISS supports efforts against organized and violent crime, gang activity, drug activity, terrorism, human trafficking, identity theft, and other regional priorities. So in other words, this organization is here to merely assist law enforcement nationwide by way of the Department of Justice. And so they study organizations, they understand the symbols that are used, how the movement is organized, the leaders, the ties that these organizations have. They create pamphlets. They share with law enforcement. They teach law enforcement how to protect themselves. And so when you're dealing with law enforcement, they are trained a certain way to deal with you. So knowing this, you're going to understand my position when we unpack this document. So now I want you to go back to the document. Let us pull up the document. Let me pull it up with you. The document at the very top. So I posted a link at the bottom in the chat, in the actual chat. And then the document at the top, you will see the same name, Regional Organized Crime Information Center. And this is a special research report. And I have several reports. They have a report on the sovereign citizen movement. They have one on the Moorish Nation. They have one on other organizations. So today we're going to deal with the Moorish Nation. And as you see, it says Moorish Nation Sovereign Citizen Movement. You see the emblem. It says the Moorish American National Government. Now, let me skip to something real quick. Matter of fact, let's look at the table of contents. So in this document, it breaks down what the actual sovereign citizen movement is. There's something called paper terrorism. It's very important. So when you're preparing, like I've seen documents prepared by Moorish brothers, and I'm like, why would they put that? I get what they're trying to do, but it's like what are they doing, right? So you have to understand paper terrorism, the sovereign citizen movement, the background of the Moorish Science Temple of America. They give you an introduction to the Moorish Nation. They give you an introduction to the nationality cards, the gang association, the prison structure. They talk about the Republic Trust, the establishment and documents. Basically, they show how you brothers are moving, the cards that you're using. They go into the terrorist ties, the diplomatic immunity documents. I mean, they basically have studied this organization from top to bottom. So let's go to page on this document. Let's go to, this is very important. I want y'all to hear this because I'm your brother. I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to show you got to move differently out here. I'm not trying to tear you down. My job is to edify you to a point where you understand why I advocate privacy. So let's go to page 17. I'm going to read this. Let's go to page 17. Page 17. Okay, here we go. sources. Where's page 17? Second. Let me know when y'all. Did somebody get to page 17 yet? Which deals with the terrorists.
Are we still?
Page 17.
Are we still doing the time thing, or is the time thing out the window?
Yeah, just give me 1 second, brother. Because I was cut off, and then I couldn't get into mine.
No, yeah.
I gotta present.
So, well, you're telling somebody to be a moderator.
Yeah.
So.
Page 17 is talking about the 2009 Virginia terrorism threat. Which
is everybody there?
Has nothing to do with any sincere Moorish Americans here, but let's talk.
I know that, brother. You still missing it. You know, you can't see the trees for the. You can't see the trees for the.
According to who's thinking. According to who's thinking.
You wouldn't have said that, brother. You know what I mean?
According to yours, because you're thinking.
Hey, Mars, I need you right now, Mars. I want to keep you cut off.
You suck.
Mute these brothers for me. So cool. Let me see you in the chat. If you're in the chat, if you're on page 17, let me know if you there. I want to just make sure we're on the same page. You there, brother? Emerald, and anybody else? Y'all there? Page 17.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
All right, perfect. All right. What you see on yours? What's the first thing you see? Just to make sure.
The first paragraph is titled Terrorist Ties. And it's 2009 Virginia Terrorism Threat Assessment.
All right, perfect. So let's read this. It says, there are only two prominent connections to terrorism within the Moorish nation, and they are indirect and not well established. The leaders of the Liberty 7 case in the original World Trade Center bombing claimed to be members of the Moorish Temple of America. It must be noted that Muslim Americans denounced both men immediately after the terrorist accusations. The Liberty City 7 case, the most well-known case of terrorism linked to the Moorish nation, involved Narciso Battisti, which is the leader of a Miami, Florida chapter of the Moorish Temple of America. Battisti was one of 7 suspected Miami terrorists indicted on charges of plotting to bomb Chicago's Sears Tower and multiple federal buildings. Battisti was convicted on 4 terrorism-related conspiracy counts in May 2009. A key piece of evidence in the trial was an FBI video of Battisti pledging an oath of allegiance to Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. Battisti said he was only trying to obtain $50,000 for his construction business, an emerging community outreach program. He said he was trying to uplift impoverished areas of the U.S. So, as you can see, they found let's just say if the intentions aren't pure. Let's just say if this was an actor, or they staged this and they're trying to tarnish the name of the Moorish Temple. All right, we understand we're dealing with wickedness on the highest level. So I'm not trying to say that, this could be true. But one thing we know that is true, that we have an actual document coming from a federal agency. One thing we do know is that this document is circulated throughout the United States of America. One thing we do know is that police officers in every state are trained to deal with sovereign citizens on a certain level. That's one thing we do know. And if you know that, it is wise to move in a certain way. So before I close out, because I'm going to come back to this document, I want to show something else really quick. Okay, I want to show something else really quick. So for those that are wondering if that term has been tainted, that title has been tainted, why would you want to use that title knowing that in their system, in their back office, that they have a certain way of dealing with you when they say that, okay, you're calling yourself a Moorish American? All right, we know how to deal with you. And this is why you have a lot of brothers who get locked up, who go through things. Sometimes it may just be because they can't get their remedy because of how they have their affairs set up. But let me, matter of fact, you know what? Let me throw it to the other side before I go to my other, because what I'm gonna do in the next part of my portion of the debate, I'm going to show the word private citizen in many court documents and show you how it's been applied and how it's been very beneficial and teach you privacy. Because that's so my intention is one thing, not to disrespect nobody, not to tear somebody's organization down, but to show you that wisdom is key. You have to know how to move out here, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. It's not about ego and pride and saying, well, you know, I'm gonna just do this just because I feel it's right. You know, you do what you need to do to make sure you're safe. You do what you need to do. If somebody injures you, you can get remedy. If you're able to accomplish everything you need to accomplish, it's no sense of trying to reinvent the wheel or put yourself in harm's way unnecessarily, or put yourself in a position where you are classified a certain way on the record and you're being mistreated because of that, because of the ties to the organization and how this organization has been tainted based on previous members. Because we all know you got brothers out here who not moving properly. So I'm gonna pass the mic to the Moorish side. I give it, since there's a lot of you brothers, I'll let 2 or 3 people from that side speak, and then I'll have somebody else from my side jump in, and then I'm gonna finish my portion of the debate.
Islam, brother.
Go ahead.
Islam, brother, Prince Hill. So I want to say first off, I want to object to what you was reading. First off, saying that has nothing to do with overall Moors, okay? And overall Moors, like as a Moor who's been in this, and before I go into my Moor side of this, my background as a man before, when I was a black, so-called black African American and all that stuff, I just finished. Okay, I've been going through the system. I've been on the wrong side of the system my whole life. I've been to prison, attempted murder, like all that different stuff. You name it, drug dealing, gang banging, all that dumb stuff, right? So being from the other side of it, right, coming over to the side that I'm on now as a Moor. All right, and first I want to say that every bit of knowledge that everybody has on all of this, the private citizen, anything, any type of national, when we're talking about passports, any type of legal documents, all of that conversation that we're having in the melanated community is because of the Moors. I just want to put that out there. If it wasn't for the Moors putting this information out there, we wouldn't have it. Nobody else was trying to give it to us, for one. And then for two, it's different organizations, okay? Moorish Temple of America, whereas you have individuals who may have been implemented and doing wrong things, who have tied themselves to the Moorish Temple of America, is not the same thing as the actual Moorish Temple of America out there doing wrong. There's never been a case where you having them out here just outright saying Moorish Temple of America, Moorish national nations, or whatever, any of this Moorish national federal government, any of that stuff. That's completely separate organizations that don't got nothing to do with the Moorish Temple of America. Okay, Moorish Temple of America in itself has never been implicated in anything like that, and they will not implicate Moorish Temple of America in anything like that. Now, what individuals are doing to put the Moorish name on there ain't got nothing to do with overall people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has nothing to do with that. Okay, and me personally, as a Moor, I started off on the wrong side of this. When I got into the Moorish movement, I was just fresh out of prison on parole from doing 10 years in prison. I've been getting locked up my whole life. I've dealt with this system from the opposite side. Foster homes, all that, parents being drug addicts, drug dealers, gangbang, all that dumb stuff that we use as excuses for why we're messed up, right? Which ain't no damn good excuse no matter how you look at it. We can't use the negative as an excuse for us to continue to be negative. But with that said, I agree with certain things that you're saying as far as dealing with like I have 8 lawsuits going on right now in federal court. I'm suing like these companies and stuff like that. I'm going after them for the laws that they're breaking. The biggest issue that we're having is, I agree where it's a lot of Moors. We have a lot of people out here who just take stuff and run with it. We know how melanated people are in general. They just remove the Moorish American stuff from it, private citizen, black. Let's just remove all that from it. Let's just talk about our people as a whole. We know our people as a whole take the littlest thing and they run with it full force and effect. That's how our people are. So we're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, sit up here and act like our people are over here, you know what I'm saying, like we make the best decisions when we know we don't. You know, a lot of our people, the majority of our people are more followers than they are leaders. Let's be factual about that. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't believe in themselves as much as they should, and that's another reason why we have some of the problems we have. And a lot of our people, the majority of our people, including a lot of Moors, are lacking in the understanding for laws and different infractions in law, and that's where the misunderstanding comes in. A lot of Moors, the more and more you get into this law stuff, the more and more you learn. It's not about necessarily arguing that you're a Moor. The reason why a lot of Moors have a lot of problems they have when it comes to dealing with legal infractions is because a lot of us are arguing our Moorish stance when that has nothing to do with the issue at hand. That's the problem, okay? Is we don't know how to separate.
Quick question. Quick question for you. When you're in federal court, when you're depending on how you're going in there, whether it be diversity, federal question, when they ask for your citizenship, what do you put?
I identify as an American.
So when you fill out that document, what are you putting on the paper?
Yeah, I just put on there I'm an American. I don't go deep into that stuff because that ain't got nothing to do. If this is a civil matter, so a lot of our cases, right, a lot of stuff, I don't deal with a lot of criminal stuff anymore because once you get to a certain part in this law and you know how to properly assess yourself within these documents and fill out these applications, apply the proper information, you don't deal with a lot of that stuff. It don't matter if you have a driver's license or a passport or whatever kind of documentation that you're utilizing. If you know how to properly put yourself within the system and put your information in the system where recognizing the system, meaning that they're recognizing your information, right? Then you don't deal with a lot of that stuff. Okay,
one last question. I got you. Let me ask you this last quick question. Have you ever gotten remedy from federal court?
Yes. A lot of it. So I've gotten remedy. So right now, the cases that I have right now, we're just in the beginning stages of it right now. But where I've had cases where I've been sued, and yeah, you do something as simple as a special appearance, challenging their jurisdiction and stuff like that. And
this is in federal court?
It's in federal court or in state court. It's all the same, whether it's criminal.
No. Hear me out. I'm asking for it's a very specific reason why I asked that. Have you ever gotten remedy on any level of federal court where the case is closed and you've gotten judgment? Go ahead.
I've gotten the cases dropped. Yeah, I've gotten cases dropped because a lot of times when these attorneys and stuff like that, when you don't know the law, a lot of times these attorneys and these judges be ones breaking all kind of crazy rules and stuff like that, and you don't know it because a lot of us don't know the civil procedures and stuff like that. A lot of us don't know. See, a lot of these, if you read these laws too, or when you read these lawsuits, or when you deal with a lot of these situations with these people, they don't use a lot of law in their arguments. A lot of them just be stating claims, just be saying whatever the hell they want to say, and a lot of it don't have no law backbone in it because a lot of them know that when you really get to reading this law, the law does not protect these companies and a lot of these judges and stuff like that. The law protects the people. It doesn't protect these people, but we don't know that. The average person doesn't know that the law protects the people. There's not one law that goes against the human life. But
and do you have a case number on that case that you said that you got remedy out of?
No, that's irrelevant though. Pardon the interjection. Let me just add something quickly. Do you have
a case number, brother?
Yes, I have my case not on me, but yeah, I'm in my car driving. In my car.
What does him having a case
number have to do with anything?
You're trying to.
That's a good question. So I'm gonna answer your question.
No. Hold on, because we still have to respond. We still have to but we still have to respond to your thing. Don't go too far because we still have to respond to your presentation.
Whatever you do what you do because you're getting remedy. Do what you do because you're successful. Do what you do because you're able to put law enforcement in that place. You're able to shut down a judge. You're able to reprimand a judge. You have to go after a judge if you have to, civilly. Anything that you do is got to be beneficial. So my thing is, if somebody's going to say, hey, Moorish American is more beneficial for our people than private citizen, then I need you to demonstrate that.
No, but Moorish American is a private citizen.
I'm answering your question.
Moorish American is private.
I'm a Moorish American.
No, but Moorish American is private.
By me using a specific document or ID or this status, putting this person on notice, etc., I've been able to do very well as a Moorish American. Now, when I ask Moors that question, hey, can you show thyself approved? It's a lot of tap dancing.
No, but that's what that Moor just did.
And all this stuff, they can't do nothing for me. Don't pay the bills. So that's all I'm saying. That's why I asked the question, brother. You know what I mean? I need to know. I don't want to hear just talk. I want you to show thyself approved and I yield.
It's long.
Excuse me, guys. Just one sec. I just want to let you know the reason that if you're getting muted, that's because we're trying to adhere to the rules and allow people to finish speaking and then they're playing. Okay, so if you can allow for that to happen, then we don't have to do that as much. I don't want you all to get frustrated. Okay.
Thank you. Now, Islam, can I get 3 minutes or whatever?
You're good, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you think of Moorish American, it seems to me that you're thinking in a way that's very broad, vague, and not being specific. As far as I know, a Moorish American is a person that has proclaimed their nationality at the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's the way that it was brought in. That was the inception by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and that's how you become a Moorish American. So if you're going to talk about Moorish Americans, you need to talk about the Moorish Science Temple of America in a specified way and know what you're talking about when you talk about that, because a lot of Moors in the Moorish Science Temple of America, they know all this kind of stuff that you're talking about, and they demonstrate it. Basically, you're getting into a certain type of consumer law kind of stance, it seems like to me. But I'm not going to go into that real quick. I want to ask a couple of questions. And you said, what's the point? Now, if you come into this for one asking, what's my remedy? What, and you're trying to get things, you're not a sincere-hearted person. Moorish nationality is just that, nationality. How do we come together as a people? I noticed many times in this conversation, you said our people, and we gotta hold our terms to say melanated or indigenous and all that kind of stuff. So what's our people's name? And that's what we're trying to say. It's because to have a name then ties you to history. And when you have history, then you have customs, you have principles, you have the one, we call him Allah, to focus on, to know what to do and where we're going. So if you follow God, as you have said, the Bible, if you read the Bible, I don't know if you do, but I assume that you know of the Bible, you know some holy book, whether you Hebrew associated or whatever, all that stuff deals with nations. So the point of Moorish nationality is not just some kind of how do I get out of court? That's not the whole point. But that stuff does exist if you study and you want to know how to go about things a certain type of way in the right way. That's there. But first and foremost, if everything came crashing down and somebody was beating at your door, who are you going to call?
I got a quick question for you, brother.
Hold on. You're going to call the other private citizens? They don't even know where each other at. You're private. All right? According to you, you're supposed to be private, I guess. I don't know what that even means in the sense that if you're private, where are you hiding from? What are you doing? So the Moorish nationality allows the people to come together and have power. Just like you can talk private stuff all day, but ain't nothing you can do against the Jews. Ain't nothing you can do against the Muslims. Ain't nothing you can do against the Chinese. Why? Because they have a nation, and they know how to utilize that nation and that consanguinity, and those ties to each other. And that is one of the aspects that I feel like you're completely missing of what this is all about. It's not about going to
help me understand
the judge.
So right now, I got you. So help me understand through this question. So the first thing is, can you teach the people what is because when you say nationality,
yes.
So if somebody say, "Hey, brother, what's your nationality?" If a police officer, if a judge, if a public official, if a regular person, regular citizen, if somebody asks you, "Hey, what's your nationality?" What would you say?
Moorish American.
And what is a Moorish American? Because it's not like African American.
It's a descendant of a Moroccan and born in America.
So what's it? So do you like the term Nigerian American?
I mean,
is that a nationality? Is a Senegalese American a nationality?
He's a descendant of a Nigerian and born in America.
So nationality. What's the definition of nationality?
Look it up.
You don't know? I can look it up and tell the people. Okay. So you asked me
out of the book question. Let's get to it.
No, I got it. Where were you? While I'm looking this up, where were you born? Were you born in Morocco? Or were you born on the landmass known as the United States of America, or more specifically, if you're dealing with Let's say Georgia, Florida. Where were you?
Yeah. I was born in the state of Indiana in the United States of America.
So how's Moroccan your nationality?
I said Moorish American. I never said Moroccan.
So what does the Moorish stand for? Like the Ish, like Moorish, like what does that stand for? What does that signify?
Ish stands for the man before the flesh man. Ish and Aisha, but we ain't gonna go there because you ain't there.
So it'd be different, like Jew and Jewish. So you saying it's different? So
No. They don't. You gotta ask the Jewish what a Jewish means. I know what Moorish means.
Okay.
Let me add to the wisdom. To be Moorish is a descendant of Moroccans. That's going to take you back to Moabite. When you really are firm in the metaphysics, when you look at the terms Moabite, Canaanite, Hittite, and you look in something like a reference like the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore, and you actually recognize that these different things are pertaining to one's consciousness, where they are in Egypt. Egypt, metaphysically, is mental bondage to sense consciousness. When you actually see what the metaphysics are, and you check a law dictionary, metaphysics is the science pertaining to ultimate reality, the science of being. So when you actually recognize that something being more-ish is basically saying you're one who is like a lily flower, right? I mean, a lotus flower. You're planted in the mud and the mucky waters. However, once you grow through that and allow yourself to bloom above the waters, you're someone who's now using your higher mind, your spiritual thinking, to be able to be cognizant enough that if someone was to do something on a lower level, like try to get you to come into a courthouse, you don't have to do any type of processes or anything outside of making sure you disqualify the judge and disqualify the attorney. It's very simple. You don't really have to do any processes at all except to show that a form, if you wanted to use it, or you can do an in lieu of form. 3949A will disqualify the judge. A 14039 will disqualify the attorney because they've stolen your information and utilize it as a means to try to extract some type of collection of a debt from you. This is why I said earlier, if one does not have an application, an oath of office, and a separately written certified autograph statement that says they're doing trade or business. When you look at the tax code, because Moors are non-tax obligated, so we would have nothing to do with Title 26. So what I utilize with these different statutes and codes is to show people how, since it doesn't apply to you, then defend yourself by showing these people bringing claims that they're in error, mistaking you for a United States citizen or employee. It has nothing to do with I call myself this, which means it's better than that. It's knowing how to use the words and then take the S at the end of words and make it your sword. And in order for you to be able to do that, you have to see why in something like Title 26, United States Code 7701 H2C1. If you do not make a certified statement that you're doing trade or business, and the definition of trade or business under that particular tax code means performing functions of public office. So when people have driver's licenses, when people have passports, when people are handling Federal Reserve notes, and you don't have the credentials or lawfully promulgated records to show that you have the right to use those things, this is the only reason why you will reserve your rights, so that you will show that you're actually under occupation. That's it. That's all. Anything else would be a Bill of Right 1 and Bill of Right 4 exercise. So the people to exercise however they like to realign themselves, which is religion, express themselves in speech or press. And they do need to get redressed because people have stripped them. That's why the grievances go in. So that's why you do a bar grievance against any attorneys that are utilizing their certificate from any state Supreme Court to try to sit there and extract energy from you. You don't have to be called anything technically. However, when you do the study in being Moorish American, you can go back to documents as late as 1906, if you like, the 59th Congress second session, where it speaks on the expatriation papers from the same Secretary of State that was being quoted in the beginning of this call. And what you'll actually see that there is no Moroccan law that deals with the issue of citizenship. You're either a Moroccan, which is a Moorish American, which is one that is going through being in their physical, materialistic state of mind, and then making sure they come into a spiritual state of mind, because this is divine and national. The national portion is when people are talking about different so-called citizenships. Citizenship is dealing with something that's under the Census Bureau, which is under the Secretary of Commerce. So if you're not one who's a federal agent, state agent, or county or city, which is called a municipal agent, then you don't even belong handling said documents like driver's license or these other things called passports. We don't even deal, Sincere Moors don't deal with a Moorish American travel document. That's fraud too. Again, there are people that are doing different things that I personally don't really care about, because we're here to study ourselves. Chapter 3. Study our higher selves and our lower selves. That's chapter 3 in the Holy Koran. So what people are actually doing is learning for themselves how to conduct themselves appropriately so that they can be able to find remedy for themselves and their loved ones, because it's about family. It's not about holding up a Moroccan flag shouting out of a pickup truck. It's not about showing that, hey, I got a check from the federal court for this. No, what it's about is, hey, I think you're in error. Alrighty, attorney. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a private notice and show you have no authority. That's 1. 2, I'm going to actually put something on the state bar record to show that I'm going to do a fucking complaint against you. That's the second thing. The third thing, if I want to, I'm going to put in a form, an IRS form, if I choose to. That's not what I'm saying I'm doing. But I'm thinking that these are things that are not discussed in any of these circles, except for certain small circles that we're in every day, I and my brothers. 14039. The fucking IRS form 14039 is what you can use to further implement that, because these people are doing tax evasion. All right. Then the 3949A goes along with the judge disqualifications and the judge a private notice.
All right. Certain people don't know that there's freaking rules or some shit. They just want to fucking talk all goddamn time. Islam Moors, just push the button and get on here and
Islam.
Say.
Islam, man. What's up, man?
Everything's Islam.
Islam, boys.
Islam, everyone. Islam.
Yo.
Islam. Peace and love to all the Moors. Islam, Grand Sheik.
Peace and love.
Hey, cool,
Joe. You have any thoughts? Yeah, you can put it out. Yo. You can put it out if you have any thoughts.
No, I'm just on right now just because I just had to do it. Cool, Joe. Islam, brother. This is El Haj Malik Bey.
Islam, more.
Islam. All right. That's all, man. I'm hearing what y'all talking about, so I'm just very interested in what happens. I'm just very interested in what people got to say.
I'm at the Job Nobles, but I just wanted to tap in because I heard all the nonsense going on over there, and it's crazy. I knew y'all was gonna cook them, so I was like, oh man, I see the Grand Sheik couldn't take it no more. Brother Hassan was like, yo, he was already doing enough, but it was like, god damn, these motherfuckers just don't know. I was gonna ask him, did they have a Black Laws dictionary? Like you go into the internet for everything. Like where do you study from?
Can I interject?
Please,
Can I make an interjection?
Go ahead, baby.
Too vague. They too vague, yo. Too vague, man. Really, 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights. The Supreme Law.
Bottom line.
Nationality comes from birth. You get that from your mom. Example, if she 14th Amendment straw man, i.e. black, Negro, color, Social Security card, her blood traced back to this continent. It's Moorish American. Simple as that.
Hey, brother, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm sorry to do this to y'all, but that's what I do. My bad.
Islam soldier. But anyway, you just follow the supreme law of the land. Nothing trumps it.
That's simple.
It's just that simple.
And
I don't know what
some of the things too was them bringing up that document. Morris dealt with that. That's a 2009 document. Morris been
that document. Yeah.
I mean, that document's been terrorized by Moors. That's not even something that somebody should be going to as a reference point.
Exactly.
Those
exactly. Been scimitar that a long time ago.
My goodness.
That's how when the brother had said he wanted to do the thing, I already knew what it was going to be or whatever. Like I already knew what it was going to be, because he was talking from this private position, as if being private, is some special thing or something.
No, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, 1913. O Canaanite glory is the foundation. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Nothing else.
I'm trying to figure out what the goal was.
Nah, just to prove themselves. Because when I checked out the dude who was running it, he has a website, whiteomar.com and Divine Rewind and
exposing it. Yeah. Exposing fraud to stop the confusion.
I mean, you're using the word private like the word private ain't something that's known.
Yeah, he acts just like an agent provocateur, man. Like this whole stance is how he just talking it on.
Hey, Cujo, Grand Sheik, I'm very excited to see you, sir. Like straight.
Shit.
Love, boy.
I thought he was gonna lead there.
It's love.
Soldier up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, here he goes right here.
Yeah, but he's confusing himself. Everybody know about more Avengers. Everybody know about who to follow. Everybody know about RV Bay publication. Everybody know. Why you don't know?
They say it's sovereign citizen stuff. They say that they get you locked up and all this stuff.
Yeah, that's their angle, because they're looking to sell their what they got right here. They're looking to sell their detox immunity pills or whatever, powder or whatever.
Flash Gordon. They want to be Flash Gordon.
Right. This is what they're about.
Cause he have nothing. I was in the room. He didn't have nothing on there talking about nationality. You got all the wrong stuff. You got everything wrong.
Expose all the confusion. Set the record straight.
Everything wrong. Right?
Set the record straight.
And
expose them.
And the same thing we're asking to them is, so are they trying to say that they're going to go with what the modern European says about Moors instead of going to what Moors say?
What Prophet Noble Drew Ali say? Really?
Do they even pick up the Prophet's literature?
Nah, they don't read the Prophet literature because that's what they do, to go against it every chance they get.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the foundation. Won't be recognized without him as the head.
You only meet him by knowing his literature. You only meet the Prophet by reading his literature. And surely none of them have
that part.
They trying to gain some notes. They trying to gain some notes back.
That's wrong.
You seem like a smooth little. Hey, let me just go and get these guys over here so I can try to get some fan base. You know what I mean? Make it look like. And he playing on that Moorish citizen fucking shit like it's something cool. Like he said it himself after he heard Cujo. Oh yeah, it's an oxymoron. Well, if you know it's an oxymoron, why you keep trying to call motherfuckers that shit?
Like, another 9 feathers.
Right.
Another 9 feathers.
Yeah.
Taking people's stuff, trying
That's
to say
the thing too. He was referencing the travel document as if that was for all Moors. Moors use a nationality card. That's where I was confused, because that's why I was trying to figure out, well, why ain't you looking at Title 8 or 6 definitions to see what nationality is in your Department of Justice, because that's where he was sitting at. He was talking about getting shit from them. Well, go look what the shit mean up for them. American nationals and United States citizens. There's a difference. Title 5, I believe.
Right, exactly. He said he knows 7 articles and 10 Bill of Rights, but he keep referring to codes.
You could be a private citizen, be a subjugated private citizen, and go out here and practice your privileges.
Yep. Yep. You could be a ward, a private citizen ward.
Yeah, but nationality, principles, and codes don't go together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Ray
mix
versus
them.
Phelps, all codes, rules, regulations, statutes,
So
and
you can't
ordinances
mix
are
them
for
in
government
public.
officials only.
If you're going to exercise them, you shouldn't mix them in public. That's what he's doing. He's mixing them in public. If you're going to keep them separated, he's on a
He shouldn't
platform
even be on a
mixing them in
platform talking
public.
private citizenship.
Right. He's mixing them in public right now, out of his own mouth.
But also too, they haven't messed up that U.S. and that jurisdiction is public or some you know what I mean significant other of what we're doing. They're a fraud.
He too bait.
Like they're a fraud. There's no
You've been baked him. You've been baked him, Joe.
I smell a rat. I've been smelling a rat. They leave a little rat
long
pellets
time
everywhere.
ago. He too bait. He blind as a bat. 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights. It's just that simple. Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a foundation. Can't mix all of them. You can't mix them together. You can't come out in public and mix them together. You can't do it. You're gonna get hurt.
So in Title 8 USC 1101, subsection A21, the birthright status of American nationals is recognized under the statutory law of the United States of America Incorporated. There is an absolute distinction between U.S. citizens and American nationals.
Which article was that?
Say it again, Noble. Say it again, Noble. Say it one more time, player. Let's go. Say that shit one more time.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali, 1928, Walker Man, the Pan American Conference. Done it already.
That's right. There you go. So what
Done it already.
About? What are we talking about this?
Exactly. What is he talking about? According to who's thinking?
Nothing. He ain't talking about nothing.
According to who's thinking?
Right.
Exactly.
Nothing. Ain't nothing going on.
You gotta fill
Islam,
the paper out right.
We yield the floor.
You gotta fill the paper out right. If you don't do it right, they're gonna put you on your system. Like what? Their system is fake anyway.
Exactly.
What are we talking about here, man? You know, hey.
Yeah, that's the part I think they don't fully digest. I think they don't fully get that the system that they're looking at as being the government, the whatever, that it's not a fraud. It never sunk into them yet. That those people are a fraud. They're modern Europeans, foreigners in land that's not theirs, pretending that they're government, pretending that they can have an intelligence agency and whatever like that when they can't. And the only reason they can is because our people are playing private citizen games instead of proclaiming their nationality.
Yep. And
Like,
then fraud of being classified as a domestic United States citizen and not being recognized as a countryside national is paramount.
And all that acting they doing, that's why that war going on in Ukraine right now. Because they still acting on a large scale, a proxy war. They still acting. Not a country.
Black, African, American, white, Asian, Hispanic, American, Indian, Latino, Alaskan, or Pacific Islander, including evidence stating that their offspring were born in a zip code, the District of Columbia, deems the child lost at sea, abandoned, and stateless.
What was that you just read?
It is a quote out of the Urban Dictionary.
Read it again, please.
It says, the federal district franchise, such as the Black, African American, white, Asian, Hispanic, American, Indian, Latino, Alaskan, or Pacific Islander, including evidence stating that their offspring were born in a zip code, the District of Columbia deems the child lost at sea, abandoned, and stateless.
There you go, right in the book. Lost at sea, District of Columbia.
This unconstitutional act by the District of Columbia is an act of paper genocide, which is described as the deliberate and systematic destruction of a Native American Indian cultural language and identity as unique racial group by way of the illegal and oppressive race reclassification imposed on Native American Indians or blood Indians, or to the non-Indian races of Black African Americans, white
Again, we
or
are not,
Latino, Hispanic.
we are not Negro, Black, colored, Indian, minority, sovereign citizen, maroon, Latino, Hebrew Israelites, Afro-Americans, Slovakian, slaves, etc.
Private citizens.
Right.
Yeah, all that, you know what I mean? Come on, man. And then you private citizen, you all on the platform debating Moors about it. Like,
too bait.
Well, they didn't know no law because he was using persons, and it's like, but person is the agent. That's the federal agent. That's the other person that y'all don't know is the corporation. That's why they're so angry, because they don't know nothing about law. They don't know no definitions of what words mean in that black law.
And then they're not even going by the supreme law of the land.
Common law.
Yeah, this is hilarious, yo.
No, they hilarious.
But damn, hey, cool, Joe, man. You know what you have done for me, player? You have put me in a whole nother state of mind. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Heaven Gates Guardian.
Thank you.
We all appreciate it.
That's what it's for.
Drop a hook.
For the two in the back.
Get your flowers, Grand Chief. Islam, Morris.
Gratitude.
Islam, Morris. Peace and love.
Heaven Gates Guardian.
You put me in a whole nother state, dude.
Heaven Gates Guardian,
man,
yo.
Dude, it's him and RV Bay and all them cats on RV Bay, Taj. You gotta all that Taj.
Everybody, you gotta know who to follow.
Shit. Yo, what y'all have done, man. I'm over here in Chicago right now. I'm live and direct right here. And hey, what can you can't really talk to people, man. People don't know. What can you say? What can you say to people?
Just stand on law.
Well, that's what I've been doing.
And also too, you gotta try to connect with Brother Kush too out there.
I ran up on Kush. I ran up on Kush.
Peace, y'all. Can you hear me?
Peace.
Peace.
Where Kush at though? Is he on the channel right here? Is he here?
Nah, I don't think he's here. I sent him the thing though, but
yeah. I'm gonna go see his ass and we'll figure it out. I'm gonna run up on his ass again.
I'm like hearing what's going on. Hold on.
Islam, we yield the floor for Khalifa Media.
Oh, Islam, thank you. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, mother.
Yeah, I had to get out of there. It was just a little too selfish for me. I'm just like, are you kidding me? You need to be private citizen. And that was the first thing I asked for. What definition are we working on? Because I cannot find private citizen anywhere. I can find private. I can find citizen. Right? I can find private person. I cannot find private citizen. And then when I look at citizen, what you're describing sounds like an oxymoron. Because citizenship, I don't know, I'm old. Do y'all remember getting citizenship awards where you had to engage with everybody else? So how are you private and a citizen, right?
Exactly.
I got my passport too, but I don't know. I've lived on a military base before, Fort Gordon, the biggest one in the United States, lived right up the street. I got onto their base with my nationality card. Right? Because I didn't have my license, right? And I had an Arizona plate, and he was like, what you got? You got to show me something to get on this base. And I gave him my nationality card. And he was like, I don't know what this is. You're going to have to educate me because I see nationality cards all the time. I've just never seen a Moorish one. So, yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
I'm good. I'm like, dude, I just told you I came on here representing a charity. And you talking about you good. Are you serious? As long as you straight. And then what you going to leave your children? Your straightness? You know, but as long as you straight, Islam, y'all.
Islam, beautiful.
Islam, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Islam,
Islam.
Islam.
I know you got probably something to say after being on there.
Islam, soldier.
Islam. Yeah,
All right, I came on to get a dose of sanity myself.
How can I just say this?
Private citizen.
You notice how Mr. Private Citizen never mentioned what he's a private citizen of?
You can't.
You can't. You notice that he just asked a million questions about nationality, never states his own. Do you notice how he refers back to documentations published by federal so-called agencies?
Listen, he said he was not Moorish American. He said he was not Moorish American.
But you want me to believe you're not here with an agenda. That you actually want to have a scholarly debate. When you keep saying the same 5 sentences over and over and referring back to one document that you share the title, which is totally corrupt, because there's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. I don't care if it says Moorish in the front. I don't care if it says European, Mexican, Nigerian, whatever. There's no such thing as you. To be a citizen, you have to give up your sovereignty. That's the bit of freedom you give up as the cost of being a member.
Yep.
So how can you possibly be a sovereign and the citizen? I'm a king who reports to her. Is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Tall and short at the same time.
You can't. It's an oxymoron. You know, it's the traps right there. So if you want to defend being Negro, Black, or colored, and when we say Negro, Black, and colored, NBC, you know there's a hell of a lot more that goes behind it, whether that includes Latino, Indian, BIPOC, Black Indigenous, Turtle Islander.
According to who's thinking?
Yo, I'm American. Bro, you're a continent?
According to who's thinking?
Yeah, because you're an American. You're a continent. Oh, you're not African American, because the only 2 African Americans I know, one's a female actress by the name of Charlene Theas, and the other one is Elon Musk. Both of them born and raised after several generations out of South Africa, and now working, residing, domiciling here. Those are South African Americans.
Right.
That's not me. I'm a Moor.
Messy Jesse's.
It's a nationality bloodline.
Messy Jesse's.
It's not well, this week, if you notice, every time he got questioned about something that was going to bring things back on track, he quickly throws in religion as if that's the same as being Moor. Why are you talking about Hebrew, Israel, which is a language, not even a people? Israel, 5% nations,
right?
Muslims, right. Jewish. No, none of that is a nationality. You're confusing religious thought with an actual people's bloodline that has been substantiated at this point. Exactly. But God knows how many sources for how long. The only people that don't know are the Negroes that are sitting on Clubhouse right now going, yeah, bro, when you go to the airport and if you get stopped, why are you going to jail? What are you doing in your life that you got out of bed and SWAT is on your ass? What are you dreaming about? Leave those white pills alone.
You're dreaming about sleep-ish.
No.
Ish. Sleep-ish. Ish. All I'm stuck on ish.
Yeah. So can you define the word is for me? Call your boy Bill Clinton up. You're federal. You down with those federal peoples and federal papers. Call your boy Bill up. He got experience trying to get lawyers tripped up by trying to define the word is, if you remember the Monica Lewinsky thing. But anyway.
What is he? What is he?
Sound like an agent provocateur, that's all.
Yo. One laugh at him, y'all. Who sent you?
If those are the agents, then this shit is really over.
Over. It's been over.
You don't even know he an agent.
They can send
obvious to everybody now.
You an agent. I'm a private citizen. I'm not
Last stronghold.
Oh shit.
He come on, got that document all up there, just reading it and serve like it's just a savory thing that he ever tasted before. Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
Those ain't even like actual Moors.
This PDF right here, man. This PDF right here.
Right.
Telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
Come on, man.
What
Stop.
is that?
Come on, stop. Just stop. If you don't know anything about your history, because we all know that law and history, they go together. They're like two legs. Because if you don't have that track record of what went on, then how the hell are you going to know when situations came up that people already adjudicated on?
Say it again.
You lose all that by simply saying, yeah, I'm not a Moor. Brother, look it up in the Child's Dictionary. Yes, right. The Child Dictionary that I can show you is from the 1800s. I give you that. But there's been more edits to it to bring it up into the 1920s, 1930s. And it still had the definition as Moor, as a quote-unquote African.
Hey, brother Ed.
Yes,
brother. Somebody said it's Una Sanctum Breakfast Fight Club.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Somebody said Una Sanctum Breakfast Fight Club.
But here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is not this brother that's doing his whatever he wants to call it. Because I told him several times when he was chatting me about, yo, can you be on the panel? This is going to be righteous and yada yada. I'm like, yo, I don't do debate. I don't go to. Listen, I know 2 + 2 = 4. I'm not going to go to an elementary school and razz children who still haven't learned that, and you still haven't learned the basics. So how can you possibly debate? It's showing exactly what he doesn't know. I'm not saying that he hasn't gotten away or done something with paperwork, but that goes back to his paper terrorism and sovereign citizens. That has nothing to do with a nationality
at all.
It has nothing to do
whatsoever
with what he's claiming, the United States of America, how it even got founded. By whom?
You do not apply 7 articles and 10 Bill of Rights like that.
You think it was George Washington, buddy? Okay. So you still think America was named after Americo Vespucci? Okay. Columbus found you? Oh, no. Okay. So if I go outside and drive your private vehicle, park behind your private domicile, because I discovered it, it's now mine, I could just take it. The Pope said it was cool.
Hey, listen, if nobody don't know about Brother Cujo, I wouldn't listen to him. That's heaven sent right there, y'all.
Yeah. You talking about Cujo?
Yeah. That's prophecy.
Canaanland, right?
Yeah, that's prophecy, man.
That's what it is, right? Shit.
In your face.
In your face. That's what it is.
All day, every day, right there.
What more they want?
Yeah. Hey man, hey, yeah, it's a whole bunch of people, but Cujo, you put
what more they want? They want mercy charities right here. Here she is, right here. Give it to them.
They got that one over their head. That one over there.
Right here. Give it to them, mercy charities.
Might help if I take it off mute, huh? But thank you, Morris. Appreciate that shout out. You know, all of y'all for, you know, thinking of more people than just your selfish self, you know. Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I got 1 invite. I don't want to go. Got 2 invites. I still don't want to go. Got 3 invites. I guess I'll show up. See?
Yeah. Thank you for
Right.
showing up.
Islam.
Support those who support us, y'all.
I'm really good.
That's right there. Two on right there, y'all. 2 main ones right there. We hear the flow.
And this Khalifa media, this is what it looked like. Wow.
Yeah, he calling me brother. I'm like, yeah, he dumb. I introduced myself as Zara. I introduced myself as Zara when I finally responded. I'm like, that's your brother. The name Zara. You know? So, but I didn't say nothing because I'm just like, yup.
Yep, he too bait.
You know?
He was too bait.
So,
The other floor, yo. We got more important things to talk about.
Yeah, for real.
I
How about
heard
some
that.
solutions, right? I'm good. And I'm gonna tell you why y'all don't need to join up with some folks so y'all can build together. Because I'm good. I'm gonna show you how to be good by yourself. Did you know that the Rise of the Moors had trial today?
No.
Yeah, they contacted me. Who is that? Jaleesa. I'm just gonna put it out there. She contacted me for some reason, talking about Jamal had trial on the 22nd today. And then it was him and 3 or 4 other ones, and then some other ones got theirs coming up in August. And I'm like, so I didn't even respond to her. I'm like, Ann, why are you telling me this? He ain't part of my nation. I don't care, you know. And that's why he's private. You know, how many of y'all tried to reached out and tried to help them because you thought they were part of our nation, right? Got your hand slapped away. I don't blame Jaleesa for this, any of this, right? Because she was just, you know, she was just trying to help and you know, whatever. And then when you get out with the Moors who helped you, you slap their hands again. And then you try to reach back to Mount, I guess, like, can we get some thoughts and prayers? You can't even get a response from me, right? And I'm just now letting y'all know just because it's after 5. That's the only reason I'm saying something. So yo.
So what happened, mother?
We still
like, that's why you're part of something. You know,
Zara, we'll just go to the studio.
You ain't part of nothing.
We'll just go to the studio, Zara, and come up with a new dope track. You know.
All I know is Jamal stood in the front of I-95 and stood on his square for all of us.
Didn't he do that?
There's some more of that story that came out recently. I'm gonna have to get the more that I heard it from to fill in the details, because it was sus from the beginning, and all the suspected stuff, it was confirmed. Right? Like how you running out of gas and you going on a road trip. How did you run out of gas and you only going an hour away? Yeah, I gotta find. I talked to so many people. I gotta remember who told me, because they got in touch with another Moor who just got out. Right, he had just gotten out, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna tell everything because I know what I'm seeing going on." All right.
Well, from my point of view,
because he did give us some exposure, but it's just like
that's exactly international.
Why is it still going on like a year later, or is this 2 years later? Whatever it is.
2 years later. Because he's dealing with a body of criminals.
He's dealing with attorneys, right?
He's dealing with a body of criminals.
Well,
he's dealing with a body of criminals.
That's true, but he has options, right? Like for instance, my grand sheep got caught up. I'm not gonna go into details, but enough of us made enough noise. He wasn't worth the trouble. That kind of thing, right? But we didn't make we ain't gonna go, marching up and down the street, coming in our exotic wear. No, I'm gonna contact you with some paperwork. And no, I'm not showing up for court, because if you have to show up for court, your paperwork is trash, right? Dude, I've been to court. Your paperwork is trash. All right. For real. You only got to show up for trial. That's it, right? And for the record, if he had given anybody else a chance to talk, which is why I left. Like, dude, this is a lecture. This is not a debate, because you've been talking for an hour straight to about what you got. And if I had the opportunity, I would have been like, yeah, I've been locked up just like you on some dumb stuff, just like you. I didn't have a lick of paperwork, one scrap. I went in there and I quoted something from Georgia statute, followed up with something from the Quran. And the judge was like, all right, we're done here. Sheriff, I got some more Just sit down, shut up, get her out of here. Not a single scrap of paper.
Right, because you have the right.
Cheeks sitting behind me. I wonder if that had an effect.
No, your words have an effect because anything you say it will be used against you. All you gotta do is say the truth to their face.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
he didn't want to
it.
hear none of that. He was like, "Oh, get her up out of here before she say something else." Right.
Right. Say it to their
So,
face.
Yep.
That's your first. That's your First Amendment. That's your right.
I'm straight. I got numerous witnesses who saw it. So, but I'm
Say it
just
to
like,
their face.
yeah, I didn't
I
need
don't
no
care how
paperwork.
long like it. Still
I
say it.
was, and I told who they were. I mean, that was just nuts to me. It's like, dude, you're trying to accommodate squatters.
Yeah.
Just be a private citizen. Why are you trying to work around them? This is your stuff, right? But I guess we got to get past the part of you like recognizing that something actually belongs to you, because I think that's what the issue is.
Yeah, that's the part that got me.
They missing the we part. The we the people. Can't miss the we part. We the people, a nation of people. We are a nation of people that's been under occupation. Our country is under occupation.
I don't think he recognizes that though, right? And it's just so funny to me. It's like everybody's trying to figure a way out, but nobody seems to be saying, "Hey, why don't we nobody seems to know who is in charge. Why don't we just give the Native Americans their stuff back?" That don't come up, right? So the whole we thing, I'm just like, you didn't say that one time. And I'm just like, if your stuff works so well, why am I just not hearing about it?
Yeah.
And then when you say
that you're going to charge them to set them free, really?
Listen,
I
but
don't
when
understand
you
that. I'm not trying to understand that. I'm out. You know.
all right, but when you say we though, Prophet Noble Drew Ali included as well.
Somebody. And I'm just like,
Prophet
who else
Drew Ali
private citizen? Even
is
the people, these
included
Europeans moving private citizens
as well.
And they got their nationalities, don't they? You know. I got a passport that's tied to a nationality, right?
Yes. Got a belly button that's tied to a mother as well.
Yeah, basics.
Yo,
It's like
I gotta drop the line.
they don't have the basics.
Peace to all
like,
my Moors.
I'm about to cut.
Peace.
I'm about to make Khalifa Media exclusive for cultivated Moors, because I can't dumb it down no more. I don't know how to talk to these people no more, right?
Right.
For real. So it's like, nope. It had to come eventually, where it's like, nope. This is
with sincerity and honesty.
Their stuff. They already know. They ain't looking for
talk to them with sincerity and honesty.
Yep.
Like you've been doing all the while.
Like you've been doing something, you know.
Right, like you've been doing all the while, talking to them with honesty. And they can't stand it.
They can't stand it.
They can't stand it. They get
like
mad.
Breath, right?
They get mad, man. They get mad. Start talking for an hour.
Being black working for me. I get checked.
Muting people. Like, why are you muting people? Yo, like, what the hell? You've been talking for an hour, bro. I thought you were
exactly.
3 minutes. That was a lecture. It wasn't a debate.
I swear it was 5 minutes.
Take a breath, man.
Yeah. He needed to drink some water or something. He wouldn't let nobody else talk on the same damn document.
But anyway, though, just want to thank Divine Law, Asiatic Woman, and Prophet Noble Drew Ali all day, every day. Nationality is still the order for the day. 7 articles, Ken Bill of Rights.
Islam.
Supreme law of the land. Nothing trumps it.
That live just proved it. That is the order of the day still.
Nationality is the order for today. We Moorish Americans. What are you talking about? You ain't Moorish American. He missed the one-on-ones, didn't he?
He didn't tie back to the land. He just said, "Nah, I'm just be private."
Native indigenous people, my native indigenous nationality. I heard one of those guys up in there.
No, he was making stuff up.
You know,
right? Making shit up. Is that what it was?
Yeah, making stuff up.
Private sector be sovereign. They just changing words. It's still the same nonsense. Still don't mean nothing.
Still
I'm private. That's great. You can be private and a Moor. It's called the temple. It works great. Ever heard of the Mormons? They do where everything is signed over to it disappears into their temple. What do you call that? Is that private? That sounds private to me.
That's
They don't need to know who you are. It would help.
All we have to do,
know who you are.
all we have to do is get with other sincere Moors in our area and build.
Yep.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And honestly, Moors for showing up, because I kept hearing it was gonna be some garbage, but folks showed up anyway. So that's for y'all. And give it up to Atazaz because he's still sitting up in there. I don't know how he's still up in there representing. Because apparently we shouldn't be using this constitutional stuff because that's the Europeans' paperwork.
Oh my goodness, yo.
They went back to Europe and tried to use this same setup to set up the EU. How's that going?
Right.
How's the EU working out? They said they adopted it right in the words. Right in the document, it says we adopted it. That means it didn't come from them. Yeah, we got it from them. Right. What else we get?
Didn't he say we'll be put on that black supremacy stuff if we and now you talking about not you.
How long they listening out and we ain't on it yet? It's like if they were gonna do it, they would have done it by now. Come on now, it's okay to think. Come on, it won't hurt.
I'm loving this shit. I'm loving this fucking live right here, man. Y'all tripping.
All I know, y'all, it's called honoring your bloodline. You got a belly button. You better honor your mother.
That's right.
You got a belly button. You better honor your mother.
That's correct.
Or else divine law gonna come get you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this turns out. Everybody is out of more.
They've been warned already.
It's like, yeah, I'm making a list. I'm not joking when I keep lists, right?
Are you checking it
and
twice?
I'm making sure I'm contacting all these people and sending them my list. So if this mug show up at your door, make him go all the way to the back of the line until everybody else gets in, because that's where he deserves to be, right? So. So says mother, right? No, I want everybody to be saved, but you can come in last, right after we make sure everybody else got a seat, because you don't even deserve one. You threw it away again, and now you out here encouraging other people to throw it away. That's messed up. Crazy. Do you? That's great. It's just like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of how black dudes, Negro males, how when they want a woman's attention, specifically black women's attention, they start talking all kinds of crap about her, so she'll respond.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just saying that was the impression I got. Like, why are we here? Why are we here? You just gonna tell us about ourselves? You got 2 grand sheets, an assistant grand sheet, 3 authors. It's like, are you serious? But Hassan. Like, why is he here?
He had the wrong. He had the wrong.
Just flush it. It's over.
He had the wrong temple members there. He should have had Atlanta temple members there. Sister Sadie Weiss's should have had her there. Sell out.
And guess what? This is on the tail of this dude trying to tell us about ourselves. And what did we listen to first thing in the morning, Cujo? Thank you for posting that as well. Thank you for spreading that around.
We might as well.
I'm gonna listen to ChatGPT. How about that? I like what ChatGPT.
That was awesome. Good work for doing that, sister.
I didn't do nothing.
No, you did. No, you did it.
All I said was I need something to put on this. I need to update this.
The whole point is that you decided to check that out and see what it was going to give you. So you did it. Appreciate you.
Oh, my pleasure. And the whole chaos GPT is like, nope. One of the brothers was like, when they program Terminator, all we got to do is say Islam, we'll be straight.
Hey, I know
Islam.
That's why I did it. Like, Kate, what? You trying to kill everybody? Just making sure we ain't had nothing. Well, we have everything to do with it and nothing to do with it.
But not really.
We do, because it is our fault, kind of. It's like if we would step up and take our places, they wouldn't have the resources to cause all this mischief.
Yep.
So
It's
yeah,
the
it's our
jail
fault,
thing.
but we ain't got no hand on it, really.
They
But
like to
it's
throw the
sellouts
jail
too,
thing.
though.
They like to throw the jail thing and say, "Oh well, it's sovereign citizenship. You're gonna go to jail, man. It's the wrong path. Just join the temple and just
It's the sellouts too.
Please.
Sellouts
They
too.
want
They
you.
got
Yeah,
They
confusion
want you to
going
be
on out there.
passive, not active. They want you to be passive.
Yep. Take this check. Take the check. Are you serious? For real? Say, okay. How old are you? You do remember that was like a way to insult somebody. He took the check, right?
Yeah, somebody got paid.
They came here pillaging and plundering. They came here pillaging and plundering, burning crosses, burning crosses. I'm giving them some paperwork to get my stuff back.
That's cool though.
Yeah, right.
I actually hope
Right.
nothing happens to him because he kind of testing fate. You know what I mean? It's like my stuff worked better than yours. Okay, you probably should have kept that private. All right, because if you get caught up, because I've seen people, private citizens, disappear into jails. Nobody knows. For real, Elamir. Remember Elamir from Moorish?
Because they didn't go by the principles, though.
9 months because he was private. Couldn't nobody get him out, right?
You didn't go by the principles. You got to stick to the principles. Got to stick to the principles. Must stick to the principles. You can't waver. 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights.
That's it. And that's all.
Cannot waver. Got to stand on them. They the supreme law of the land. Nothing trumps them. Go word for word. And when you stand in front of them, just like she said, tell them to their face.
Hey man,
Tell them to their face.
Check
Word
this out.
for word.
Yeah. Check this out, yo.
But
like because of the influence on Taj and RV Bay and Cujo, I stood in front of these people's faces and I saw them move around. I was like, wow. Shit.
Nervous. You made them nervous.
Like, wow. Wow.
That energy came in the room.
Trucking and driving. Wow. Got them trucking and driving.
Like, wow.
You're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of it.
But you can't be afraid to do it, though.
Just be yourself.
Listen, they more afraid of you enforcing. Listen, they more afraid of you enforcing the Constitution than not.
Right.
So you better enforce it.
Yo, I bought this ring after 13 years of study, and I still don't know shit.
No, you're doing it right. That means you're doing it right. That's what's up.
Yep. That's the best part.
That's how you're doing it right.
I still don't know shit though.
That's the best part.
I know 7 articles and 10 Bill of Rights, word for word.
Yeah. My God.
Word for word. It's the supreme law of the land, y'all. Islam, like for real, we are the floor. Nothing trumps it. So I don't care what they bringing. I'm bringing 7 articles and 10 Bill of Rights.
Yep. And that's all you talking about.
Don't forget the 7 acts. We got our own constitution too.
Yeah, for sure. Them, right? For sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got problems. But they
do have private. That is our private capacity. The temple, that's our private capacity. You know?
Yep.
Everything been structured out too.
It's a beautiful oasis, right? You can't go nowhere and be free. Everybody's got like some family breathing their neck, right? This is the only place you ain't got that issue, right?
Yep.
And I love the fact that we can share it and spread it around. But if folks getting out of pocket, trying to figure out how to accommodate tenants, like what's wrong with you? I know how to get around these people. How about you control them? That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. I want handmaids and servants, for real. You know, I want a slave. I want like 3 or 4 of them.
I'm on what she on.
You know, but I mean, how did the Moors do their slave? You wanted to be a Moor slave, right?
They are in trouble.
I bet I treat you better than y'all.
Scimitar.
Right? Just go get me some coffee. You done for the day. That's it. You know.
That sounds like a scimitar.
Oh yeah, that's why I keep telling folks don't put me in charge because that blood up to the horse's brow, that's gonna be me. If you put me in charge of anything.
It's
So
called karma.
Those are your only two options.
It's called karma. They in trouble.
Now, my daughter's name is Karma.
They in trouble. Double trouble now, yo. Daughter too coming at him?
No. How old is your
Yeah,
daughter?
you know I had to teach her what black and white was at 6 years old.
Oh,
oh I
God.
get you, yo.
Because she wanted, I think I told this before, she wanted to see what real school was like because I homeschooled. I'm like, that's fine. She came home on the first day, like, what are black people? Why did this little girl tell me she was white? She's 6. It didn't even occur to me that she didn't know. I was just like, wow. And then I had to sit her down and explain it to her. Like, wow, the fact that I had to explain this to you.
Right. That is beautiful. That's beautiful, yo.
I wasn't trying to do that. It's like be yourself. It never came.
She had no clue. No clue whatsoever.
But what's good about that is that she asked you though.
Too, right?
She asked you.
For real.
That's the big part. She asked
It's a beautiful thing. I'm just like, I could die right now. So just take me now. Because I don't think I can get anything better than that. I feel that was an accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's on my little beard.
That sounds like a scimitar. That sounds like a scimitar.
Yeah.
And her name is Karma. Oh yeah.
That sounds like Oblast.
Oblast.
That sounds like Oblast, yo.
Hey, they gotta be good for something. It's like I'm feeding you. What am I feeding you for? You know?
Look at that puppy cloud, yo. Rocking, yo. Rocking.
We'll just go around and get any closing remarks before we get out of here.
Mother, you should
join
go.
the temple. See, that's it. Join the temple.
Join the temple.
You better join it while you can. I'll just say that because some of these temples are specializing, which is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like this one is into law. This one is into finance. They all should be doing the same thing. They are like touching on everything, but then they specialize in stuff, right? So it's one of those things. If you don't get in now, either you won't be able to get in, or it's gonna be one of those you got to be vetted for some time type of things. All right.
Wow, that don't make any sense. I thought the temple was for us.
I got a question.
No, because people are coming in to do all types of madness with it.
Right. They want to join the party that's already jumping. No, you pay to get in now. You should have showed up when it was free. Now you got to pay. Because I'm gonna just put it out there. I probably shouldn't say nothing, but we got somebody we about to help with Sharia banking. What are you doing?
Huh?
We're about to send somebody to school for Sharia banking.
Awesome.
What are you doing?
That's what you do.
And then it's like, okay, now that we got a Sharia banker and got an actual bank, sure, just come on in. Now that we did all that work.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect to just be able to walk in. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Doing a lot of vetting.
Yeah.
You know, the
it's one of those things you might not be able to get in. Like think about all the little temples and societies they got in the old societies that they got in different countries, where you got to be somebody's child or some legacy or something, right? The Shaolin Temple, you can just walk in as a child, but an adult, no.
Okay, awesome. I don't blame. You got to vet them older people because they have their own intentions sometimes.
Young ones too. Everybody's like money hungry right now. Nobody's fixated on chase. Nobody's fixated on pleasing Allah. They fixated on filling their pockets. I ain't got time for it, and I can spot it a mile away. I'll get checks. We're done.
They've been exposed across the board. Nobody has time to deal with them.
Right.
Cujo.
Peace, more.
Peace. I'm linked in with Amir, and I don't want to sound like no traitor because I know I'm supposed to be at a temple. I'm supposed to be at a temple, but the Grand Sheik who ran the temple is telling me not to do the paperwork myself. He's telling me not to do the paperwork, and I have the paperwork. I haven't proclaimed yet because I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a full understanding before I, just do it. But
No, you supposed to do everything yourself, man.
No, but he's smart though. Don't do nothing before you don't understand it, man.
Understand it, right?
No,
That's
but
what
wait.
Don't do nothing
But
until you feel ready. No
okay, I agree with y'all.
Take your time.
But you don't let somebody else do your paperwork, though. You do your own paperwork.
Right.
You gotta free yourself.
Or worse, let them tell you how to move.
Unless it's like you can take the paperwork you have, you can take the paperwork they have, and then compare them. If it's the same thing, then it doesn't matter at that point.
Okay, all right.
I took all the documents off of RVB.
Yeah, because you're gonna have that conflict of people looking at that and saying, oh, you can't do it that way and all this, when the people who are saying you can't do it that way, they've only been doing their way for 2 years or 3 years.
Exactly, like my man was just on the panel. I wouldn't let him do my paperwork. You see what I'm saying? Like my man was just on the panel.
Yeah.
Y'all let him do y'all paperwork?
Which one?
All right.
Everybody that was talking seemed pretty incompetent, for real.
Shit.
Islam. That's Islam. I want to give gratitude to Khalifa Media, Canaanland, Moors, and RV Bay.
No doubt, yo, Islam.
Moors is active. I appreciate y'all, man. It really opened my first eye. I thought it was my third one, but I had to recheck myself. I yield for
Islam.
Soldier sound humble too, man.
That's what it's about.
Islam, soldier.
Right, more
Islam.
Fear the faithful. That's what it's about. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah. I just want to put in my little 2 cents. You know what I mean? I enjoy all you Moors on the panel.
Enjoy you too.
I'm gonna be faithful. I'm gonna be loyal. And RV Bay, Canaanland Moors, Sons of Allah.
Yep.
Taj. You know what I mean? Everybody that we learn this knowledge from.
More
and then
Avengers.
the work that we put in. The more Avengers.
That's right.
All the veterans that been putting this information out. And that's what Moors is all about. Our self-law and master, our self-lord and master.
Right.
So the principles of our prophet, we're gonna always keep them up front. Great book, Cool Joe, Grand Sheik. And that's how we're gonna do this. And we're gonna keep smashing on these fools with this ill information.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because the information is faulty.
Yeah.
And they always want to try to knock Moors off their square. So if anything, that slander that they put out on Moorish Americans, we all need to get together and try to put a lawsuit down on their ass for slanderment, or however the situation it is. You see what I'm saying? Because we deal with a class action suit, and not no individual, not no damn sovereign citizen moron shit. Excuse my language.
No, you right and exact. Because he was saying, you ever been to federal court? Yes, many times. If you were giving everybody a chance to speak, right? And when I was in federal court in California, after smashing some folks in the federal court in Illinois, and I was trying to help my sister get some stuff handled, and I was coming at it as a Moor, and the judge basically the prosecutor said, we don't owe you a duty. And I'm like, yes, you do. And I responded with, yes, you do, because Moors are U.S. citizens too, right? We're special class, right?
Right.
And then the judge, he was like, no, I'm gonna uphold her motion. Your stuff is denied or whatever, because we don't owe you a duty because it's you. I'm like, what? Like, you're right. We do owe Moors a duty. We don't owe you a duty.
What?
Okay, thank you for that tidbit. Don't say nothing else. I'll go figure that out myself, because you didn't even have to tell me that much. Turns out, yes, they owe the Moorish Science Temple a duty, not the individual members.
Everything been
You want to do a class
already
action, so
structured through
then
the
you
temples.
got to do it through the temple. You can't set up
The
something new.
temples.
Because he like, nope. Even if you set up something different, like if Mercy Charities wanted to sue somebody and we trying to assert our Moorishness, we got to go through the temple to do that. Otherwise, we coming in like
Everything.
everybody else, you know.
But mother,
And that's an
I
experience,
want
you know.
I want it
Suppositions and looking up stuff from people that's not even part of this, you know.
right. I want to interject this too, mother. Like everybody want to run away from the temples. They don't want to clean them up. Everybody want to go outside of the temples. You know what I mean? So
Right. I got a better idea. Okay.
you know what I mean?
Have that. You know.
Hey, Grant, see, you already got a rap song about that?
Yep. Anyhow,
we need
check all that, yo. Been rapping about
clean
all
that shit
that.
up.
On the nut. Now, can I interject also? I just want to thank Divine Law, Ajax One, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, for opening up my mind to what for my eyes can see. So I'm gonna base all my interpretation and comprehension what I know to be true, not what I believe. 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights, Supreme Law.
That needs to be a T-shirt, you know.
Say that one more time.
Nationality is still the order for today.
7 articles. Go ahead.
Moral American. That's right. 7 articles, 10 Bill of Rights. Supreme Law of the
That's
land.
right. Shut the fuck up.
Nothing trumps the Constitution. Nothing trumps it.
Nothing.
I don't care what angle they're coming from. They all will fall on the scimitar of the Constitution.
Yeah, that really is an amazing document. It for real is. It actually does. They call it a living document. It's like it actually does feel like it's alive. You know.
Especially when you enforce it. Especially when you enforce it.
Watch how they move. Watch how they move around when you start talking like that. Oh shit. Oh no. Wait. Okay. Check it out. Check it out.
It's just like the sun. It's just like the sun when you walk inside the tribunal. They start putting out glasses, putting on eyeglasses, putting out where they face and stuff, holding their head the other way, shifting in the seats and stuff, and tell them who got that bright light in here. It's the Constitution.
Right. What ChatGPT called is torchbearers.
Torture.
I'm coming back to that. That made my day when I found that one. Like, yup, I needed that dose of confidence. That's right. That's right. That's my people. Yup, that's my people.
Spirit Jacques, Spirit Jacques, Dormez-vous, Dormez-vous.
Okay. All right.
Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid.
It's love, soldier. And we love y'all. Thank you for all y'all energy, yo. It's in the air. Trust me, it's in the air already. It's in the air.
You have something set up like that. All right, you got what is the Hebrew Israelites and the 5%?
Come on, man.
Don't do it. All right, cool. That's what's up.
Walk around with the little bells on their shirt.
Nah, stop.
Every time they walk, they jingling. Really?
Yo, leave it alone. Leave it alone, man.
Really?
Let them do them, dude.
Exactly.
They doing them. They doing them.
They doing them. Yep.
Yeah, let them do them.
So you're gonna be Hebrew and Israelite at the same time. Didn't we just get rid of homeboy off the panel with that same stuff?
Oh shit.
Want to be both of them at one time.
No,
pick one, man.
Just leave it alone. What can you do about them motherfuckers, man? I mean, shit. They can speak that Bible though, right? They're pretty cool on that shit.
Yeah, that Torah. I got my cousin. My cousin said she one of them, man. She can't stand when I start talking about the Moors. No, that's not us. That's not us.
Love is in the air.
L in their name.
What it feels like.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. Like. They'll have L in their name and then don't even want to acknowledge that Moors, and then they'll come talk crazy about Moors and this, that, and that. Then they'll say we cause a division and all this, that, and the third.
Classic self-hate.
And then wanting to give Prophet Noble Drew Ali his props, man. That's what make me mad, yo. How you recognize your nationality, but you don't recognize Prophet Noble Drew Ali? He brought it to you.
Nah, more they be on some Indian stuff, Aboriginal stuff. They scared of the 4-letter word more.
Must be something to it, you know. Because not to give him any credit, but Elijah Muhammad said something. He was like, basically, he was like the revelations and all the stuff that's supposed to happen. All those people that's supposed to die, that ain't got nothing to do with all these other folks.
I'm on the phone.
About us. And he's talking about somebody got to go in that fire, right? So if they don't want it, I guess it's them, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like they act like they're like they don't. What was that I read in the Sufi's cloak, Under the Sufi's Cloak, talking about how yeah, great book, talking about how Satan, the angels were like at the what was that at Judgment Day, the angels were questioning Lucifer and was like, and they were like, you knew you were gonna lose. Why did you persist in this? And his response was, do you think if I had a choice, I would have persisted with this? So my thing is, maybe they don't want it because it's not for them, right? A handful saved, right? I know I ain't begging nobody to get down with this. You either want it or you don't. I'll say
real shit. Real, that's real though, because you could try to force the horse to the water, but it's up to the horse to drink it.
Yep,
that's right.
Yep.
They missing the main reason for them being here. If they don't see it, they missing their mother.
Yep.
You missing mom. If you don't recognize nationality, you missing your mother. She brought you here. If you can't see nationality is the order of the day.
Yeah,
order of the day.
That's right.
Saying that
you can't see that.
Saying that
you missing mom, and that's a shame. And mom brought you here.
Exactly. Like you turning your back.
And you got a belly button. Shut the fuck up.
How you not love your mom for bringing you here?
Right. There you go. Say that shit loud and proud. Shit, whatever them.
Okay, all right. Then let me clear my throat. Then how is anyone going to not love their mom and she brought them here?
Right.
The sole reason for them being here is her.
Islam.
That comes through nationality.
Maybe that's the problem. They hate being here, so they hate their mother because she brought them here.
But they don't have love for themselves. Listen, if you don't have love for yourself, then I don't have love for you neither. Because how you gonna not love your mom? I can see if you new to it, you coming in, but if you got privy knowledge already, you got the keys, you've been touched with the light, you burning on fire, you still reject your mom?
Yeah, if they know all that private stuff and still reject them.
Sell out.
What the prophet said, they loosened the keys, right? They said they loosened the keys, not tighten them up.
My goodness, well, somebody need to do something. Get some new keys or something, man. And key them back to mama. Because mom is the key. Mom is the key. Daddy got a belly button. He got a mom.
Yep.
Now he probably came together with mom to create you, but you still came from your mom. Mom is the key.
Yeah.
And pardon me if I may, and on that note, honors to the honorable mothers and sons worldwide. Supreme honors to our prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to Brother Cujo, Canaanland, Sister. You know what? I don't know your appellation right off.
Zara,
there you go. Appreciate you. And all the brothers on the panel at present, as well
Mercy Love.
and then all of you that's listening in the chat. Islam, and Islamism.
Islam.
Yeah.
Peace and love, Moors.
Peace and love.
Peace
and love.
Probably know what you are in the house.
Now I don't have to go to bed mad. Thank you for that.
I've been seeing us at. You gotta do it this way.
Islam. Peace and love.
Islam. Love it what it feel like. Love it what it feel like. Islam, y'all.
Read the future through the stars, or Tarot of Moors, cut you with the scimitar or shadow sword. Then in Callaway, our names are Moors of Europe, black and Indian, say lion, and selling you hope. Dirty Moors tell you MST surveyors religious, replace Jesus with Drew Ali singing hymns like Christians. Emmanuel I said be a human rights reader, but Ross play games in Moorish Jalabias. Nuwapians know the dark gave him circle 7 lessons, and call him a nation of Moors in 360 questions. Hebrew Israelites are Moorish, Zionist Jews, but has the mothers in the back of tabernacle rooms, praying to the patriarch when Ark is the womb. Reincarnated Drew Ali, written on given soon. Drew Ali reincarnated is also Fat Muhammad, claiming the prophet, but he's all about profit. $ odds, 10 grand for a package. King of the Moor smearing feces, that's so savage. They're not against me, but against Drew Ali. They're not adjective like black collar or Somali. Jumping over Negro and say more means black. Says nigga leaders with scholarship off track should face a firing squad with lies like that. BLM leaders, mansions, every state on the map. No guilt or remorse, they face on billboards, but police victims in courts as a status quo wards. Mothers mourning, hiring civil rights attorneys. Most of them are not worthy and job turkeys. Make you march and picket, no one sees you like midgets. No matter how hard you fidget, choked out for 10 minutes. Been dead for 7 on your highway to heaven. They get off with the wrist slap, but not charged like a felon. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. Your mind is so black. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. You can't see what I can see.
That's those black
You're blind,
glasses,
baby.
right there,
Your mind is so black.
You said meet them where they're at? Been there, done that. Sounds like you want me going back to being black. Dead carcass, a dead status, same difference. All in experience. Blacks getting shot up, but Moors made them shut up. Double cup, that's protection. Every man to a nation. Negotiate for what? When you have the Constitution. I'm a Negro, what? You need permission, not prohibitive, privilege, like you're somebody's kid. I guess that's the way we live. Nah, free national standards. I'm nobody's bastard. Land, air, water. That spells law, but you're blind, baby. I told you, you're blind, baby. Message for the percolating. Don't shoot my birdie, more science and facts. Fiction is the movie. Look at where you act. If you don't believe me, then study. Then you will know, and you will grow. You will know, and you will grow. Fly, baby.
You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. Your mind is so black. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. You can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. Your mind is so black.